my swag talk. I let my swag talk. I let my swag talk. I let my swag talk. Yeah, came from the mud with the snotty nose. Now my bank account is looking like a pot of gold. I let my swag talk. 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 Yeah. Niggas used to laugh at my clothes and shit. Went from the block now. Every day we close legit.
Alrighty, all right. Yo, we back at you, jabronis, at Tweezy Talk with good vibes only. You know how we kick it, man. I got a few buddies here with me. I got my pops even here with me today. You know, it's getting good. We're gonna keep it rolling. I got my boy March back, DC, and I got my homie James here today, man. We're gonna keep it funky and fresh. You know how I get down. We're gonna chop it up. Some people might join here in a little bit, but right now we're talking sports and this past weekend, man. What's up, man? How y'all? Well, not this past. Well, it was this past weekend. On the NFL, you see, Tom Brady wins his seventh, Super Bowl, and he's just enjoying himself. So my deal is on that. I'm gonna start with you, DC. How was your intake on the Super Bowl, and do you feel that we can have a repeat of the Chiefs and the Bucks at the Super Bowl next year?
Well, I do believe we can have a repeat of the Super Bowl again. Do I want it? No, because I'm a Cowboys fan. I'd rather Cowboys be in there playing. But
yeah,
I do believe there could be a repeat. I think they're bringing back everybody. I think both teams are bringing back everybody pretty much anyway.
Yeah.
So there's definitely that possibility, and the Buccaneers are going to have a much easier road through the AFC South now that Drew Brees is gone. If he's left yet, I don't even think he's left yet. But yeah, I think we can have a repeat. But as of the game, that game was boring. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I expected to be some scoring. At least some scoring. I picked KC to win, but.
I don't know, man.
At least they could have put some points on the board, to make it entertaining.
For a second.
Yeah.
I got froze.
Yeah.
He was both looking like this.
Yeah, even the halftime show. I didn't even like the halftime show. That was even worse. The commercials were bad. That was just an all-around bad 3.5 hours of
you didn't enjoy the weekend?
Weekend was all right.
It
was all right, man. It was could have been better. I mean, I've seen much better Super Bowl halftime performances than that.
I agree, and it was just him.
Yeah,
bring something, bring some sex appeal to the TV, man.
Yeah, he was all out there alone.
I know. We needed some Janet Jackson action or something.
But
Papa Titty out.
Yeah, man, bring some controversy to it.
For real.
Yeah, as far as the game, it's there could have been some more scoring. We all know that Tampa Bay is not 22 points better than Kansas City. I mean, they already showed that in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they were that night.
And it was that night. Yeah, it was that night. But I mean, yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of this year's Super Bowl. Could have been some more fireworks than that. To me, that was like a dud.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. I just feel like I wanted a good game, man. That right there was a sad game. And now that I see how the betting, how Vegas betted, the point spread, now I kind of got a good chance of understanding the betting game, how it works now. I'm gonna just keep it at that because I'm about to start betting big time now. I think I think after seeing that, I think my
big time. You got a house on the way.
Hey, I gotta keep it rolling, man.
I don't want you on the 30 for 30.
Damn. For real.
Hey,
But yeah, like that's my deal on that. But James, man, what's your intake, man?
Man, probably the worst Super Bowl I've seen in a while. But
Yeah,
honestly, just like we talked about before, man, I called it. I told you they're gonna let that go right off in the
you did,
sunset,
and
and
I
I
owe you a
think
drink.
and like I said, man, somebody's gonna pull off in that second half and run away with it. That's exactly what
Yeah,
happened. And
yeah,
don't get me wrong, Kansas City, they're there for a reason. But at the same time, their receivers, they let that pressure get to them. They let everything get to them. One mistake led after another. You ain't never gonna win a Super Bowl by kicking field goals.
yeah,
Never. You got
yeah.
to score. On the repeat wise, I think Kansas City. I don't see Kansas City making it next year. Only
Yeah,
reason is just because that AFC is high powered, has a whole lot of young bucks over there, and they hungry. They trying to eat. They
I
trying to get
agree. Yeah,
into that spot. And they showed that if you can stop that deep threat with Kansas City, they turn into nothing. They can't score on you.
mm,
So I think
so,
a whole lot of people are gonna mimic that this whole year. And I see Kansas City in the playoffs, but I don't see them in the Super Bowl.
I
Tampa
feel,
Bay might make it there, just depending on what happens with this offseason.
man, that's crazy. So you think Buxton gave out the recipe to stop the Chiefs, and the Chiefs just lost their whole mojo? You feel, huh?
Oh yeah, if you look at it though, um, they started giving away telltale signs when they were playing in the playoffs. If you
Mm-hmm.
look at, they almost lost rounds.
Yeah.
The, Come
didn't
on
make
now,
no changes.
that's great. Buffalo Bills, they didn't
No.
even come to play in that game,
Mm-mm.
but I think everybody already caught on to what Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the Kansas City Chiefs had to
But
offer.
they didn't make no changes.
Yep, they did.
No
No
They
adjustments
changes.
at all.
another Baltimore. They running that same
Andy
spread
Reid.
offense. Ain't gonna change nothing.
I agree.
Andy Reid, that's how he is. That's what they
Yeah,
always have been like that.
yeah. Yeah. Pops, what's your intake on the Super Bowl and Brady wise?
It was they just got out coach. They played them the first time. They didn't make no changes, and Tampa made all the adjustments on defense, and that's all it was. They shut them down.
You think it'll be a repeat next year? You think they can meet each
Yeah,
other in the Super?
it very well can be. I think it
Yeah.
can be. Kansas City they got the tools. I mean, they just need to make it's the coaches who helped that game up. To me,
Yeah,
they
I
didn't have the
agree.
line, so they should adjust. You got to
Yeah,
be able, man. You got to know what you got. Yeah.
yeah.
But
You're right.
yeah, I think they can come back because Mahomes he's special.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care because a lot of them still they should have, they could have caught a lot of them balls.
Yeah, I agree. God, exactly, man. Like they just dropping and dropping like they
Right,
ain't
they
never
could have
been
finished the
there.
game. He was
He was
making
making some
spectacular
spectacular
plays.
throws.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. Those balls that was coming, you can't really like tell which way they coming, so it's kind of
No,
hard to catch them.
it's hard. It ain't easy to catch.
Yeah, they coming. You don't know how fast they coming, and then all of a sudden you got hands in the way, and then it just comes in your face. Boom! You're like, how that ball get there? Instead of sometimes just seeing the ball in motion all the way in the air and just looking it in. You only seeing it at the last second. It's like, oh shit. So I can see like a lot of those drops, but also,
But
come on now.
as far as Tampa's concerned, it's gonna be hard for them to get back because they got a lot of people they got to sign. And quiet as kept, all that little tequila and shit Brady's drinking, he's getting a year older still. I know he
Ah, nah, hey, him and Brown cut. They cut from the same cup, so I think they gonna be all
I
right.
know he's forgotten. Hey, but he still got to go through another season. They got
Yeah,
hot after that bye.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for them to get. I gotta see who they sign though. I gotta see who they get to bring back because their
Mm-hmm.
defense. It's a lot of them free agents.
I feel you. Oh yeah.
Sue
Mark,
might
so what?
retire.
Yeah. Who?
And Dominic and Sue.
Ah, he ain't retired.
Well, I mean, he don't want to probably want to go nowhere else. And you know he gonna want to get his little money.
Man, if he want another ring, he better go for the cheap. Because he get to that age where it's like a Dominican Sue is not gonna be like you said. He I feel like he already got his paper. So if he trying to, he's in in the vet stage. So if he trying to chase Super Bowl rings, then he needs to stay where his ass at or go to
Man,
another
I'm telling
competitive
you,
team.
it's just so unreal to me. I ain't never even thought about cheering for Brady when he was in New England. Damn, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, for real.
I ain't even acknowledge what he did in New England. Now then you realize he really is the GOAT.
Yeah, for real. It's like I just
He's a
like it
true
because
leader. A leader,
uh-huh.
man. That's what that's all about.
The,
You can rally men to do it. And he got it.
yeah,
He got to get his boys with him. He knew who he wanted to bring with him.
yeah.
Yeah,
And that
that's
yeah, and
that's
that's you
just
can
it.
honestly say this is the first time that I think James probably said this the other day. Where like this the first time an NFL team is actually handpicked it. Like an NFL
Right.
team actually handpicked their team and won a Super Bowl on the
Yep.
first go.
Boy, I bet Belichick. He just woo, Lord. I know it's eating
Yeah,
him up.
yeah, for real. Yeah, but so Mark, what's your intake, my buddy?
So, this is probably the worst Super Bowl that I've seen since, probably that Denver, Seattle, Super Bowl in 2014. I think it would have been Super Bowl 48, 48, 49. I mean, it was just bad. The Chiefs' offensive line was hurt. They didn't really have, their full strength there, but regardless, guys were dropping passes. Travis Kelce was dropping passes. David was on him.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, after going off for them 200 yards, Bucks defense remembered. Winfield remembered. He said, "You ain't doing that." Came up to him and
Yep.
said, gave him the peace sign like Hill did. He said, "Yeah, yeah, payback,
Toodles.
payback."
Buddy hit him with the toodles.
I think the Chiefs could make it back next year, especially since they didn't have they're probably their best running back, Damian Williams, sat out for the whole season. And he quite honestly could have been the MVP last year.
Wow. That's a
Mm-hmm.
good
You know what I
He
mean?
should have been the MVP last
Yeah.
year.
And
Forget
so
about him.
with him coming back, having a duo between him and Edwards Hilaire, who's only going to get better after his first year, I'm like, they could be tough. Now, I am a bit concerned for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's looked a little fragile in recent, especially through this playoffs. Has to get toe surgery now. Once you get that toe injury, that always tends to hinder you no matter what, shape or form. So we'll see how he gets moving on.
Yeah, but he's a quarterback, so it shouldn't hinder too much. He ain't really focused on running.
Yeah, but even so, by moving
That's
around, you
part of
got
his
guys
game.
pressuring you. You stop wrong at one point, your toe's gonna hurt.
Right.
You stop wrong, hit the your toe's gonna hurt. So
He getting it fixed.
right,
Got plenty
but
of he got time.
it's kind of interesting. This Super Bowl and the one that they won, he has not played well. He has not played well in either one of those Super Bowls. So I'm just like, you're good all the way up until the big game, and then you kind of lay an egg. So I'm just like,
So that's the new so you starting up a new trend right now. Patrick Mahomes can't win the big game.
yeah, and his numbers kind of dip. And
He already have though. That's not no trend.
well,
He already have.
he did win.
I hate
I'm
to
just saying
interrupt you, but he
he
already
did
won a Super Bowl. So
right. He did win the Super Bowl. He brought him back, but he doesn't play as well in the big games. I'm gonna give you a name. Kind of reminds me of the Steph Curry of football, which I'm comparing it only into Curry.
Oh well, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay, Mom. Go ahead and cook then.
He's the Steph Curry of football, doing, throwing so many touchdowns, being so accurate, so many yards, winning MVP, at a young age. Could have really won it again this year. Of course, Aaron Rodgers had a great season too, ended up getting it. But when they come down to the finals and the final game, yes, they've won the championship before, but their numbers dip. If you look back at Curry's numbers compared to the regular season, what he does in the finals, his numbers dip. He's taking more attempts. His field goal percentage is down. Same goes for Mahomes. He's thrown 4 or 5 interceptions in the Super Bowl to like 2 or 3 touchdowns. His numbers have dipped off, and he's thrown for, I think, a combined.
So we really gonna hold Mahomes' numbers against him this year when he was missing 3 starting linemen?
Right.
I already said that.
I'm not.
I already said that.
Well, I'm just saying we talking a long time about Mahomes not performing well in the Super Bowl. I think this one.
But he can't just really be talking about.
I mean, the last year, I mean, you're saying he didn't perform well. He just had a great ass quarter. That's all you need. He played 3 shitty quarters, but he had a great quarter that shut everything up. So I feel like you can't say that.
Well, actually, and here's the thing. The 49ers lost that Super Bowl versus the Chiefs really winning that Super Bowl. How are you going to go away from the running game that's working to try to get the ball to Jimmy G, who is only a so-so QB, and you end up losing it? That's Kyle Shanahan's fault. Also did the same thing when he was in Atlanta when they lost that 28-3 lead to the New England Patriots. So, yeah, he brought him back, but if you had a smart coach that could actually rally the troops and knows what the hell that they're doing and stick with what works, I don't think the Chiefs would have won that Super Bowl last year. So I'm not putting it all on Mahomes. He is the QB, so as much credit as we give him, we also have to critique him. I also have to critique him and hold him to that high standard. This Super Bowl, guys were dropping passes. Sure. At the same time, you also have to, as a QB, get yourself in the position. If he's got to run a little bit more, don't scramble back and run 30 yards in the backfield, take a bad sack.
400 yards.
Having a 30,
Yeah, Mars.
30-something. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You have to have better pocket presence awareness like you did during the season. So
I respect that intel. You got to keep, I respect that. You're keeping that same energy from everyone else. You got to keep that same energy. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
But they could. Last thing I was going to say real quick. I was going to say, now, as far as them repeating and coming back, it's a high possibility. Do I think that is going to happen? Probably not. I think the Buccaneers could get back. There's also possible talk of maybe them adding like weird as it sounds, maybe them adding like an Adrian Peterson or something like that. Maybe an Odell goes there. There's possibilities because everybody wants to go play with Brady. I'm not saying that's smart.
That wouldn't even matter. Like either one of those dudes. Like,
right. I'm not saying it's smart.
We put AP at fullback. Come on.
Man,
I'm not saying it's smart, but
hey man, you lost credibility on Adrian Peterson. Come on, man.
No. I'm not saying it's smart.
What he gonna be the running back?
Time out.
I'm just saying guys want to go play with Tom Brady. That's
what I'm saying. And Tom Brady is known for getting old guys to come play with him. So I can actually see Adrian Peterson jumping on the bandwagon and trying to get a ring.
He can jump on the bandwagon, but he's going to be a third string.
Yeah, he ain't gonna play.
He's not going to be a starter. He's not going to be a factor.
They don't need Adrian Peterson.
LaShawn McCoy went
the only
LaShawn
McCoy did nothing though.
He didn't get no carries in the Super Bowl.
Don't matter. He still won.
Yeah.
Hey, well, good for them.
Odell is hurt. He could come back, go play with Brady, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, Odell is the Odell again. Like
Odell.
Okay, Odell, but not Adrian Peterson. They don't need a whole
Adrian Peterson 23, man.
They don't need him. I'm just saying
they don't need any of them.
Yeah, they don't need any of them.
Coach.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think they could repeat. I just don't see. I can see the Bucs going back more than I can see the Chiefs going back because they're gonna have some problems next year.
I don't agree with that.
They're gonna have some problems.
I feel that. Mike, the question was, how'd you feel about the Super Bowl? And what was your take on the Super Bowl? And do you feel like these two teams can repeat and play for a Super Bowl next year?
I'll make mine a little quicker because I feel like it was real simple. Like I said, if the Chiefs, you take away any team's starting offensive linemen, and going up against what the Bucks had, Dominican Sue, Pierre Paul, some of them guys, the DNs and the DTs, it's just gonna be hard. Then you throw in the linebackers they had. It just really was, bad timing for the Chiefs to have those type of injuries. So with that being said, if you take the starting 3 offensive linemen off anybody's team before the Super Bowl, I mean, come on now. That makes it real simple who's going to win. So it's not surprising they only scored 9 points, but I'm not going to criticize Patrick Mahomes as much because I feel like he did as much as he could. That's why he had to run around so much. He was making plays. He was putting the ball, bouncing them off his receivers' heads sometimes, in hands. So I'm like, damn, the dude's falling down to the ground, still chunking balls, 30, 40 yards. Like, what do you want this guy to do? Then he had surgery after the game. He was already injured. He's been injured for like 2 rounds now. So it's all good.
And then they tried to compare Buddy to Cam Newton, talking about that he had like a performance like Cam Newton did in the Super Bowl. I was like, hell no.
Nah. I'm not gonna hold that against Mahomes as much. As far as returning back, I can see the Chiefs being on one of them runs like the Patriots was, where they just kept making it back to the AFC Championship and making it back to the Super Bowl. So I can see them making it back, possibly winning. But you know what I'm saying? When you have Kelsey and you have Tyreek Hill and you have Patrick Mahomes, you always gonna have that explosiveness. So I can see them having another 13-3 season or better, and then having a first round bye and being right back in that AFC Championship game, if not in the Super Bowl. As far as the Buccaneers, I see the opposite happening for them. Brady's getting older. It's another year. We can keep talking about father time all we want. It's going to hit him. He's 1 hit away from ending his career. Now he got protected perfect in the pocket. I've been seeing all these memes and all this stuff about Brady's percentages when he is untouched. But when he is touched, he has one of the lowest percentages in QB history. Go look at it. This year, he was 11% when he was pressured. That's crazy to me. And then the Chiefs don't even pressure this man. I'm going out. I don't care. You're going to have to throw all them deep bombs. They was getting beat anyway. They were getting flagged for PIs. Why don't you just send everybody at them? Get Brady touched, knock him on the ground like the Giants did. So I just don't understand the Chiefs' game plan. I really feel like they got out coached. They got outmanned. So, but yeah, I can see the Chiefs making it back. I don't see the Buccaneers. I feel like all their guys will be a year older. Antonio Brown, Gronk, all them guys. Gronk retired for a reason. His body was hurt. He has the most injuries. So yeah, they protected him this year. But like I said, the NFC's a monster. The Packers will be back. Russell Wilson will be back. The 49ers will be back. There's so many teams that can pop up in the NFC. Who knows? Even the Cowboys. Like, you can't write anybody off in the NFC. It's way more competitive. I think the AFC only has about 2 or 3 teams, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and, the Colts lost a quarterback. So who knows who's going to be that third team in the AFC.
Hey, Mike, you were good till you said the Cowboys, man. Cowboys ain't doing that.
Cowboys, I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to put it like this. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not a Cowboys fan. You can ask Antoine. But I will admit this. They're a quarterback away, in my opinion.
Yeah, because Dak is not that guy. But we'll talk about that next. But I want to touch one thing.
He's that guy, but they ain't
man, he ain't. We don't want that guy. But
they got defensive trouble.
Like,
that's what I'm saying, Dorian. Hold on, Dorian's right. If they draft defensively in the draft this year and then keep Dak, I think they'll
we will talk about that here in a little bit.
We're away from winning a Super Bowl.
Better signs, man.
They're an owner away.
Competitive. I didn't say win a Super Bowl. I said competitive. I was naming those one of the competitive teams.
So here it is right here. So my deal is, what will it take to beat Brady? Because that team looks like they're gonna go back again. Because I don't see nobody in the NFC messing with them, and I don't see no one topping them in the NFC. So I feel like they can easily make it there again. So on the AFC side, what do you think is going to take to beat Brady? And what I'm getting at is because James had a good point about beating Brady. Is he have difficult times beating? What would you say the other day, James, about Brady?
He has a difficult time beating teams that actually scheme against himself. Because look, every time Brady wins, everybody plays into his hand. Look at Seattle. First and goal on the goal line, and you're going to throw it. You have one of the best running backs in Marshawn Lynch. on the goal line and you throw it. They play into his hand. It really just goes on coaching. You look at Brady versus Philadelphia. Yeah,
Yep.
one.
Shit, against the coach. Shit.
I mean, guys. We have to remember when Brady beat the Packers, he threw 3 interceptions. Let's not make it seem like Brady just coasted to the championship. He could have been beaten. So, like I said, next year, all it takes is one game like that. You can argue if the Packers had a better first half, they would have beat them, and they really
Got
had a chance
out,
at the end of the game.
got out coach. They got out coached.
They did.
Brady's intangibles outweigh almost his playing abilities. His intangibles are off the charts.
I
That's
agree.
what goats are all about.
I agree
He
with
brings
that.
everybody else's level too. You know, he's like, that's what a fucking leader is, you know. That's what this nation need, a leader.
Yeah.
Damn, that's what he is. He's a leader though. He's
Yeah,
a leader, man.
He proved that by going to the Buccaneers and winning the Super Bowl his first season.
he did.
But
pretty much constructing the team.
though, look at most of his star players on his team.
Oh, he has an all-star team.
To go play at Tampa Bay.
Yep.
He brought Gronk out of retirement. He brought
them his
Antonio
boys.
Brown.
That's what I said. Yeah, them his
That was all the
boys.
way out the league.
He know what it takes. He needed his boys. Antonio Brown got him living with him. Who knows?
Yeah.
They might have been having.
He caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Gronk caught 2 touchdowns.
Miss yourself.
Leonard Fournette was almost out the league. But anyway, I continue, Twan. I didn't want to mess you up.
I would just back to what James was saying because I want him to finish his point on the Brady because all the Brady losses. But I'm gonna let James like finish what I was about to say. But what's the reason of Brady losing? Like, what teams have Brady lost to in the Super Bowls? How many games? How many
East teams?
Yeah.
But it's not just the NFC East teams, because if you look at it, even when he loses in the first rounds and stuff, every time he plays against somebody, they make sure to capitalize on his mistakes and they don't play into his hands.
True.
Any NFL team that plays into his hands because they try to compete and act like they're playing alongside Brady instead of against him, they're always gonna lose. Look at Brady when he doesn't score high. He's not a high scoring, deep pass type of player. Anytime he makes his plays, it's always calculated. It's always just like Mike was saying earlier. If you don't get pressure on him, he's gonna eat you up all day. And like I was telling Antoine earlier, or a couple days ago, this guy, he's been in the league 20 years now, give or take. He knows almost every single defensive coordinator out there.
Everyone.
He remembers
He know what you want to do before you do it.
that they've already played.
No doubt. He know everything they're going to do.
It's not hard to pick away or pick off some of these guys and eat away at a defense that you've seen for the last 15 years. They running the same play. It's just like playing Madden. After a while, especially if you play Madden on the rookie level, after a while, that Madden's going to run the same thing over and over. Set up your defense to manipulate.
Yep.
You always scoring because you know exactly what they're going to run. So it's hard to win or beat Brady when you playing the same thing you've always been playing for the last 15, 20 years. If you look at it, when the Giants won against Brady, they had a brand new offensive coordinator, brand new defensive coordinator in the league.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Philly. Philly had a brand new defensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So he running different schemes that Brady ain't used to.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really play off of that when you ain't never seen what they're going to play against you. That's why they got Brady with the Philly special, because he's never seen that. His defense now. It's new to them.
They also didn't have their number one defensive player in that Super Bowl too, though.
Butler. Because
Butler.
yeah, because Bill want to be a stiffy. Hey,
Yeah,
stiffy Bill.
we'll never know. We'll never know the reason.
Tampa score.
What'd you say?
How many points did Tampa score? What was final score?
31 to
It was 31 to 9.
Man, Kansas City supposed to score more than that. Hey,
They didn't score.
They're
They
supposed
didn't
to get in the end
score.
zone. They need to get in the end
What
zone.
I'm saying though, they offense let the game down.
Man,
Brady did all that. That was on Kansas City offense the whole time. They supposed to get 34 at least.
Yeah, I agree.
If you saw the game, they dropped like two passes in the end zone.
That's what I'm saying. They offense supposed to score. That's what they made of.
Yeah, made the score.
Yeah.
Well, that was some good stuff on that topic. But we're gonna switch on. We're gonna switch on the next topic on. So we was already talking about is really the Cowboys, and my deal. I'm a Pops. You can go first on this. On this one, on the Cowboys. So what do you think the Cowboys need to do? Do you think Dak should stay, or do you think they should get rid of Dak and try to do something else with it?
So you asking me, should the Cowboys want Dak or should Dak want the Cowboys?
So I was asking, yeah. So what do you think the Cowboys should do? Manny asked you what's the plan should the Cowboys go with? You think they should keep Dak? Yeah. Do you think they should keep Dak or get rid of him?
I think they should keep him, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't
answer that question?
I don't want to speak from the Cowboys side because I can't deal. I do not. I hate the Cowboys. So from the Dak side, I want to go. I don't want to be there.
That's the main thing. What should Dak do?
Leave.
He gonna get franchised, so ain't nothing he can do. Just ball his butt out and go from there. Because they gonna franchise him. Why?
Yeah, they are. They don't have a choice.
DC, what you feel, DC?
What Dak should do?
Yeah.
Well, you know, for wherever he goes, like if he decides to leave, somebody's gonna pay him what he wants.
Right, he gonna get money. Everybody need a quarterback.
He's not a bad quarterback.
He liked the Washington team. So what do y'all think about that?
He could
take his ass there. We don't need him.
They have a great defense.
They do have.
They did it with Alex Smith. He's an upgrade from Alex Smith.
I feel like
they have a number one receiver too in Terry McLaurin.
Yeah. We need a quarterback.
Running back.
This is my opinion on the Cowboys thing. I understand how they want to upgrade, but if you can't find nobody better than Dak, what's wrong with keeping Dak? So if you don't get a better quarterback in the draft, which Jerry Jones is almost 100 years old, so you're going to draft a new quarterback and start him and wait for 2 or 3 years to win? No. So if you ain't getting trade for one of these ready now quarterbacks, you might as well keep Dak. Why are you not going to keep Dak? He knows the system. I don't understand why people think y'all can't win with Dak. I think you need to fix your defense and fix some other stuff, and you can be okay. Now, from Dak perspective, I would feel disrespected. So, I mean, if I could find something better, I would definitely take it. But you must be crazy if you think Dak turning down that $37 million second franchise tag. He gonna do what Kirk Cousins did, get franchised a couple times, get his money up, and then he gonna leave. That's what I would do.
Right. That's the last time they franchise him. So it's only 1 year, one more year.
Yep, one more year. So they gotta pay that man or let him go.
I just think, man, honestly, like if we can make a trade, my biggest deal is because I'm be honest, it's Dak. I feel like Dak he did his best what he did with the franchise, and I feel like he's not gonna ever overcome what he did. Like still had like a 2. What season they had, like a 13-1 or whatever?
13-3.
13-3, something like
His rookie year.
Yeah, his rookie year. Like I feel like he's not gonna never, overcome that. I don't think I can see them. I can honestly see. I can see the Cowboys making a nice little run in the playoff, a baby run, but the defense not there. So I don't. My deal is let's just get rid of that, man. Let's just get all this. I'm tired of this. It's too much. It's
What
too
are you gonna
much
get rid
Who's
of?
animosity.
gonna be your
It's too much
quarterback?
What are you
animosity
gonna get
going
for
on.
him?
Right. That makes
Who's
We
gonna be
sense
your
need.
too.
quarterback?
We
Move
need to
on.
trade.
Yeah.
We need to trade him for somebody good. Like I'll say that's in the conversation that's kind of tired of Seattle. I'll take Russell Wilson. Like
That's
let's get a
all it
trade like that.
takes. Because
Like
Stafford
let's
What
do
gone.
else?
that.
What else are we gonna give
How
up
you
for
gonna
Russell
trade?
We
Wilson?
can give him a second round or freaking something like that,
You
second and
gotta
third round.
sign him to do that.
They ain't gonna take Dak for Russell Wilson
And you gotta
Why
sign him.
not? Why not? That's
because
they.
Seattle don't want no Dak for Russell Wilson.
It
What you
was
mean?
it don't
But I'm
work like
saying
that.
like,
I don't even
but
want Russell Wilson.
nowadays it's to the point where NFL, especially quarterbacks should kind of dictate where they want to go. It's
Well,
kind of
we'll
like
see
the
if Deshaun
NBA.
Watson do
So
that.
if he will, he's not gonna stay in Texas. There's no way. Like, come on.
He might not have
There's
a
no way he's
choice.
under contract.
I mean, yeah, but they're gonna trade him, man. Like, okay, how many years he's on the contract?
No, he just signed a new contract. A mega
Just signed a
deal.
new. So just
1
signed a new
year.
contract, and
Got
you know, yeah,
any
your
more
head
years?
and your head guy that's running the franchise doesn't want to be there. You think you're gonna keep him?
I
Why would
don't.
you keep him?
I think
You're
it's
losing.
interesting. I said I think it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Who y'all talking about?
Hey, Anton, I have a take on that. Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Marsh.
I have a take on Deshaun Watson. I know that's next. So I'm gonna stay on the Dak part for right now. As far as Dak Prescott, it kind of sucks because he should have been paid already. How the hell are you gonna pay Ezekiel Elliott fumbling damn near every single game?
All the linemen.
Jerry Jones should have
You
paid
pay
him a long
Jalen
time.
Smith,
You gotta pay
who is
the
just
linemen.
okay at best.
Everybody.
DeMarcus Lawrence,
But it backfired.
Man, y'all saying that. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off because I
Linemen
get where I
backfired.
know where you're going, but Dak is not getting the job done, man. Y'all say y'all.
I was going there. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going there.
Dak can't get a job. He led the NFL in yards.
Wait a minute, I'm going there. I'm
Before
saying
he
he
got
should
hurt.
have been paid. Now he wasn't paid. He got injured. What happened this season? And it's happened most of the time with the Cowboys, whether it's Dak, Tony Romo, whomever. They start off slow, okay, and try to make runs at the end of the game, or they start off great and they end up losing it down the stretch. But that's not necessarily Dak's fault. That's the coaching. Why the hell is Kellen Moore still a coach?
That's Dak's fault.
Dallas.
Kellen Moore is good. Hell no. Kellen Moore is great.
Get Kellen Moore out of here.
Jason
No.
Garrett.
You should. He's a product.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what they're
McCarthy.
doing. Get Kellen Moore out of there. He was just like Jason Garrett. This is what's going to happen. You keep Kellen Moore, you're going to fire McCarthy. Kellen Moore is going to become the next head coach. I've already seen it happen.
That's fine.
Listen,
Kellen Moore is a genius. What do you mean? You can't say the offense is killing it like that. Without Dak, without Dak, like
they're not winning.
They're not winning, but they also is leading the league in like total offense. So
Well,
you just can't say
that's the point. They're not winning.
It's my quarterback. Let's give me a quarterback that's going to actually let me win. It is. It is. We can have the same argument about James Wilson and freaking Tom Brady. Tom Brady get in the goddamn team, and what happened? All of a sudden, the same squad with a little more pieces, and they start winning. Kick Dak out of the picture. Bring Russell Wilson to the Cowboys, and I guarantee you we'll do a lot better. Bring Deshaun Watson to the Cowboys, I guarantee we'll get over the hump. It's not the play calling, it's Dak Prescott.
It's the play calling and it's the defense. If that secondary doesn't get better,
the defense sucks too.
Trash. So my point is, this is my point. You need to clear out everybody that was under Jason Garrett. If you keep that, you're still having that same spoiled
thing.
I agree.
For so long.
Right.
You get him out of there. You bring in some fresh new coaching, okay?
Nope.
Because McCarthy wants to hire old relics like freaking Mike Nolan for the defense, and look how that turned out. So you have to get him the hell out of there. Then you just brought in the head coach that got fired from Atlanta because he did have the stupidest play where they didn't stop on that onside kick and they backed up. That's coaching. It's coaching because Jerry Jones runs the show.
Right.
want
That's the
anybody
reason.
Here it is.
So until that happens, until we get a new owner and clear out all that mess in the coaching, the Cowboys will not win.
Right.
Dak
They
Prescott,
ain't
get
gonna
your
do
money.
No, it's not.
Get your money.
I'm gonna tell you, it's straight up. It's a straight quarterback, bro. This is why I'm gonna be straight up with you as a quarterback. I'm gonna get back to the quarterback. And in any, like, think about it. Any great quarterback that's in the NFL, somehow, if they have a chance to make it to the playoff, you're gonna have that defense that know you got that great quarterback, that they're not that good, but you're gonna see that fire in their eyes that they're gonna want to do whatever it takes to win, to take care of that quarterback. What I'm saying. So what I'm getting at is when you got a great quarterback and as a great leader like Tom Brady is actually showing with the Buccaneers what he's doing, even though no one really knew the Buccaneers defense was that good last year when they had Jameis Winston. No one knew that.
They were like the top five. They were top five in the league last year.
What was their record?
Because they look at their quarterback. He
was who?
Jameis Winston was trash. He was the defensive player of the year last year.
Oh man, no, he was a good. He was a good.
I'm talking about.
But also, how many touchdowns did he throw though? Like, let's be real. Like, he also was like one of the leading quarterbacks passing yards and receiving yards. I mean, passing yards and touchdowns.
And
but
he also leading in interceptions. You threw 30 interceptions.
True, you're right. True, I agree with that. But what I'm getting at is once you have that quarterback at that point where you're shutting them down on defense so many times, and you got that quarterback. Then you have a quarterback that goes out there that poops it up, fumble the ball, and all of a sudden we're down by 30 points, and then all of a sudden he comes back at the end to pad the stat. He's a pad and stat guy. So my deal is, I just feel like you need a quarterback. Once you see that,
I got a question.
I feel like a great quarterback return. What I'm trying to really get at.
Wait, I got a question.
Quarterbacks out here.
Anton, I got a question.
They ain't gonna find no quarterback.
Anton, I got a question. Were you a Tony Romo fan? Were you a Tony Romo fan at times?
He was. I was a Tony. Listen, here it is. I'm like I got the same. I got the same glove. What I got with Tony Romo. What I have with Dak now. You can't win the big game. You're Pat Staten King, and y'all can't get it done.
Too young for that.
Y'all gave Tony Romo like 10 years.
Right.
Well, I'm not trying to. Exactly. And I'm not trying to go that route with that because I see it. It's the same pattern. I'm not trying to go that way with that. The same pattern. Think about it, man. It's the same every time. Dog, like Dak is the king of. He's the king of past stats, man. Like all the time. Think about it. The Cowboys games, huh?
This season, I agree, but last season, no.
Last season, they was horrible. What do you mean?
Man, Zeke ain't
they would have been if Dak played this year, they would have done something.
But this is what I'm getting at. This is how Cowboys game will always happen. Cowboys will always start off slow. Why are they always starting off slow? Oh, it's the defense. It's the offensive coordinator. But we're turning the ball. We're fumbling the ball on offense. We always start off slow. We get down by 20. Then all of a sudden, that comes back, and we think we got a chance. We're back in it. Everybody's live. Everybody's watching the game, and then what happens?
I got a question.
I agree about a year of that. I agree.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Mike.
In the NFC division this year, if the Cowboys had Dak Prescott, would they not have won the division?
Thank you.
Yeah.
The division, but that's not saying much, man. Did you see the Yes. Listen, yes, because they was. Yes, I will agree with that because they was
win team.
Yes, but they would have got embarrassed. They would have got embarrassed in the playoffs.
Washington played against the Buccaneers. You don't think the Cowboys could have did a better job than Washington did?
Did you see that?
Did you see the Washington defense?
They still lost
a good quarterback.
They threw them games away. The very first games that they had Dak in, they threw all those games away.
Exactly.
They lost them games.
They lost to some bums, bro.
They should have won all them games. That's true.
But Anton, I got a question for you. Who's fumbling the ball?
Dak
Ezekiel Elliott is fumbling the ball.
Man, I
He's
feel like
fumbling the ball.
Zeke
If
is
Zeke don't
fine.
fumble the damn ball,
But think
and
about
you
it,
try to
bro.
get Zeke the ball,
He had a
it's
lot of
Ezekiel
pressure on him,
Elliott.
though.
But Zeke, this is Zeke first year ever actually just fumbling the ball like that. He ain't
He's
really
been
known
trending
just
like that
No,
for
fumbling
Zach
like
the
wasn't
that.
last
there.
2
Zach
3
wasn't
years.
there. That's a
Huh?
Ezekiel
lot of
Elliott is going this way.
gotta
They're
deal with
calling
white
running
boys
plays
back
because
there
they're trying to
And
running
get
that's
him the
another
ball.
thing. And that's another thing. I'm tired of Zeke too. Get rid of his ass too. Hey,
Now he's giving it
shit.
everybody.
I keep the same energy, bro.
Give it everybody.
But nah, but actually, my leader, that I mean, I feel his game, but he's not a top tier QB in the NFL. He's a mid Carson Wentz type vibe. Like those guys are mediocre, type Matthew Stafford type guys.
But
Like
you
go
can
to another
surround them
team.
with
He a bud
pieces.
here.
You can surround, yeah, you can
He
surround
a
him, but not
bud.
in Dallas. It need the pieces in
He a
Dallas is
bud.
not for him.
All he need to build another team. He a bud. Him. You a
Give
see.
me, hey, no lie, give me Aaron Rodgers. What if Aaron Rodgers was in Dallas? What would happen, Mike? Be honest.
That ain't happening, sir.
Hey,
Rodgers is
But listen, though, but exactly. If Aaron Rodgers went to
Jerry
Cowboys,
Jones.
oh my gosh.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he
They
would
would
kill.
still
You
lose
already
in
know
the
what would
second
happen.
round.
No, that man.
Yes, they would.
To who?
Nah.
They would lose in the
No,
second round to either the Buccaneers, to probably now the Rams. Seattle, they would lose. Reason why?
Nah.
Their
man,
defense is trash.
hell no.
No,
Now, if you say like,
If you
only
get Aaron
person,
Rodgers those receivers, that
that's
if
what
you
I'm
get them
I
saying.
that
get
the
it.
guy
That's
from
In
fine.
the
Oklahoma
O-line, in the running game, come on, bro.
But
with
who's the
Amari
coach?
Cooper.
Who's the
It
coach?
doesn't matter. I got my quarterback as the coach,
he's
like Tom
known for
Brady.
God
running.
God damn it.
damn.
Shit.
Wait. Because wait a minute. Let's remember here. Aaron Rodgers, the guy who really could have gone and ran for that at least to the 3-yard line.
Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all this
He
fun
lost
fact
to the
about Aaron
goal. It
Rodgers.
doesn't matter.
Aaron
Hey,
Rodgers
I
has
ain't gonna
not
lie.
had a first round
Man, y'all,
receiver his whole career. So
y'all
y'all
gotta
need to
stop
stop
that,
that.
bro.
Aaron Rodgers on the Cowboys with them receivers, that's 3 first round draft pick receivers. What are y'all talking about? Amari Cooper
I,
and,
Oh yeah, I
the guy
agree. They're gonna be good. But I'm just saying, if the coach isn't calling passing plays,
Aaron Rodgers is special though. Shit.
I'm
but
just saying.
I get what you're saying, but look, but we also gotta look at who he lost to. Like I said, he would have lost to some pity pack quarterback, but he lost to the GOAT. So everything we talked about, like I'm gonna
That
be
threw
honest, I'm
3
gonna be honest.
interceptions in the second half, like y'all always talking about. And he
Aaron
could have won the
Rodgers and the
game.
Hey,
Falcons, they did not
but he
score
lost.
on 2 of them interceptions. They didn't
But he
score.
lost to the GOAT. That's all I gotta say. Anything that Brady cancels, I
Yeah,
don't
they
give a
did
damn what
lose to the GOAT.
happens. You lost to the GOAT.
But it's coaching, man. I'm telling you, it's coaching. It's coaching. Coaching has a lot to do with it. It's not that, man.
I agree.
Go ahead to your next one, man.
So,
Let's
man,
Let Boo get away from the Cowboys. Cause the whole he's like Skip Bayless when it comes to the Cowboys.
We'll go to the next topic, which is okay. So I'm gonna start with you, James. Russ is not happy right now and with Seattle. And my deal is what we were just talking about is this where I think he should go. Where do you think a good place for Russ to go and win a Super Bowl?
To actually go and win.
Yeah. Or
Man,
actually just a good place for Russ to go.
a good place for us to go. I
Does it
know a
have to
lot
be
of people think
realistic?
it's gonna be Raiders or
Mm.
the Redskins.
Ooh.
Now,
Ooh.
I'm a Cowboy fan to the core. I love the
Yeah.
Cowboys. And don't get me wrong, I would love to see them in the Cowboy uniform, especially with the line they got, receiver core they got. They can do some damage. But
Yeah.
we talking about realistically,
Yeah.
Raiders have a better shot at getting him.
They got a lot of
Raiders
draft picks.
already have a good running game.
Yeah.
They got a young receiving core that can do some damage.
I
They
hope
just
he
need
goes
an
there.
actual quarterback to get them there.
Yeah.
Or even look at the Redskins. Ron Rivera is one hell of a defensive coach. He just
Yeah.
needs that offensive piece. And you saw it this year. If they actually had a good quarterback, they could have done some damage. They
Yep.
still made it to the playoffs. They gave Brady a little run for their money. they have one hell of a young core for defense, and they
Yeah.
can do damage. But they need that last veteran piece at QB to make sure that their receivers get where they're going. Make sure that that running game can get going. He's damn near iconic with the play action pass.
Yep.
Literally, just because his height, he made it available for go with Arizona's quarterback. He's only what, 5'8",
Murray.
5'9".
Murray's a goat.
Being generous.
What? I said,
Yeah.
Murray's a goat.
He ain't going nowhere.
But
Cut him anywhere.
But my point though is that because of Drew Brees, because of Russell Wilson, it opens up the door for other Kyler Murrays to make it there. They make that play action different. They can actually run that play action, and you have to worry about Russell Wilson coming out the back. Now you look at the Raiders team. If they actually had a quarterback that can put it on the money every single time, Raiders were what, 10-5 this year? No,
Yeah. They actually did pretty dang good. Yeah.
8-8.
They were 8-8.
8-8,
So
7-9, something like that.
If you look at it, literally
Raiders.
5 of those games they only lost by 7 points. They didn't even get blown out, except for maybe 2. Now, literally, if you put Russell Wilson into that matchup, they would have destroyed people. They have a squad. They have tight ends. Hell, they got a hell of a lot of first-round picks they can get rid of to trade for him. That's literally the best place he can land in to where he can probably win now and not later.
Yeah. I feel that. That's some good stuff right there. Raiders. I can see Russell going to Cali. Sierra ready to get out there rain, so I can see that happen.
Vegas now, man.
Oh yeah, Vegas. Yep, you right. My bad. But DC, let's talk about your baby, man. I should have asked you first because this is a guy. This is a hitter. What you think? What you think about Russ being not too happy in Seattle?
He may not be too happy, but I think he'll still be in the Seattle uniform.
Right.
You think so? Oh, he had to. Too many weapons now.
Yes.
You can't just get rid of a guy like that easy. It's like
That's system shit.
he costs too much.
Black Drew Brees.
I mean,
Okay, here it is.
I mean, teams that he would look good in is the Redskins. I mean, he would look good in the Redskins squad. All they need is they're kind of a QB away. I mean, they still need a few other offensive pieces, I think, but I mean, they could. He could help them. The Raiders, I don't see it with the Raiders. Their defense is trash. And if you shut down their offense, like they're screwed. Like I don't think their defense can handle it. And then they going up against Pat Mahomes 2 times. 2 times a season, and Justin Herbert 2 times a season.
He'd rather stay in Seattle than they go to Oakland, huh?
I mean,
my next. I was gonna ask you. What I was gonna say. About Russ. Oh, so what if Russ is not like he get to the point? Do you think the GM or the owner will keep? Would you think they'll fire Pete Carroll before they get rid of Russ?
Maybe.
Because what if Russ is like, if y'all don't get rid of Pete Carroll, then I'm out. Or trade me.
Yeah.
Huh?
That motherfucker 100 anyway.
Pete Carroll, what?
They want Pete Carroll to be there for life, I think.
Man, Pete Carroll need to get out of his old damn ways, man.
He won a Super Bowl.
A Super Bowl in '63.
Yeah, already 80.
Lost him a Super Bowl too.
My deal is like the game has changed. Like he needs to get
Some
to the
people ain't
point.
even won one.
Yeah, I feel like, hey, man, he just needs to switch it up, man. Like that little playing style with the Boom squad. He needs to switch that deal, man.
the run, the good run game and great
No,
defense.
not when I got when I got Russ back there. What am I
He
running the
got
ball 3
DK
times
Metcalf
for?
for him. He got
Exactly. And like it. Why am I giving the ball, handing the ball out 3 times and passing it? I mean, 2 times and then pass on 3rd down. That's
Russell
so.
was 5'4".
I mean, he can slang it though.
Russell
You
said
know
he's
what I'm
tired
saying?
of getting hit.
I know,
He's
but
tired of getting hit.
damn, man, he's like
So-
Drew Brees. They better stay where they at. They in a system.
Hey,
You
can I
can't-
say a
you
team,
guys
though?
can't be switching teams.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
One team that nobody has mentioned that has been in trade rumors is the Chicago Bears.
Okay,
If
that's a
Russell
good one.
Wilson, you know,
Ooh,
can be in Chicago, maybe they could trade Mitchell Trubisky. That's one nobody's talked about because I still feel like they quietly are not confident, you know, in Mitch. And then
yeah,
they were
that guy
talking about
sucks.
Or
they were
Foles.
talking about. I don't know if this was just rumor, but they said the Dolphins were interested in Deshaun Watson. So maybe Russell, you know, maybe they can get
But
some
yeah,
draft picks together.
Ooh,
they've been
Get him down
talking
there in
about
Miami.
Russell.
Yeah, they come
Yeah, they've been
on.
talking about
That was
Watson
one of the
going to
teams,
Miami.
Dorian.
Huh?
What he say?
I was like, yeah, they've been talking about Watson going to Miami.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that for a minute. But
And I was surprised.
Chicago's been heavily pursuing Carson Wentz right now.
Oh yeah, that's who they want.
Wow.
They've been trying to
Yeah,
get
they
him.
the front runner.
man, I know. Get it there. See, that's what I'm saying. They gonna be mediocre with that guy,
Why?
just like Dax. Get rid of those
But they got
mediocre guys.
Mitchell. You don't think Wentz is an upgrade from Mitchell Trubisky?
I think
he
so.
is. From a
Yeah,
passing
but
perspective,
oh no,
But you got
Mitch
Foles
can't
too.
pass.
I mean,
Mitchell Trubisky cannot pass.
I mean, yeah,
Mitch
Nick
cannot
Foles.
pass.
What do you? I mean, you kind of going in the same route. You just had Nick Foles, now you getting Carson Wentz. Like, come on.
Nick Foles
Hey,
got hurt last year. He didn't play that much.
yeah,
Because
so he always get hurt.
It's because their
He
offensive
stay
line
hurt.
is trash.
Shit.
Chicago's
Yeah, they
offensive
lied.
Hey,
line
they
is trash.
They made it to the playoffs.
The Bears that make the
Not
playoffs.
this year.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping.
Yes, they did.
They almost did.
They
Yes, they
did.
did. They
The
lost.
Bears-
They
Yeah,
lost to the Saints.
Yeah, they made
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah,
made the playoffs.
Yeah, I know I wasn't tripping. Yeah, good job,
That
Mark.
was the last one.
My
There.
standard
They
tippy
barely lost to the
toes.
I was like,
Saints.
wait a minute, because they added that 7th seed. They had that
Yeah,
7th
that's
seed.
right. They did.
Okay.
Oh
I
man,
forgot
that's
about that.
baloney.
So, hey,
No, that's good stuff. They needed that.
I want to throw in a team that I think is a quarterback away from really competing. Well, really, they're just a quarterback away. I think they can make the Super Bowl. It probably won't happen, but I am just throwing it out there. I think the best place for Russell Wilson would be in Tennessee. Get rid of Ryan Tannehill.
Oh no.
Better
No.
QB
Oh
than
no.
Ryan Tannehill and Wilson. Yeah, no, that won't
Derrick
work.
Henry.
Yeah, him, Derrick Henry,
Defense
AJ
is
Brown,
bad.
Corey David. Man,
Yeah.
stop it.
Corey Davis is a free agent. They got to bring him back.
They not.
And that
They
defense
not
is
going to.
trash.
Their defense actually isn't that bad.
Russell Wilson's best spot's where he's at.
Exactly. Yeah, right where
But I
he
mean,
at.
I hear you. I'm just saying, if he went to Tennessee, come on now, their line's actually
Yeah.
good.
You're just gonna
Might be
repeat
Nicole.
history though with that. You're gonna repeat history. They're gonna maybe make it to the ship, and they're gonna put it right back in Russell's hands and not put it in Henry's hands when it should be in Henry's hands.
Henry the man.
I don't know if they make the same
He's the
mistake.
man.
Good point.
They might.
Henry had 2,100 yards, bro.
Oh man, he
That's
Wasn't even a
crazy.
top 3 MVP candidate.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
They
That is
disrespected Henry in that. I think they disrespected Henry.
Yeah, they did.
He should have been considered. That dude was a monster.
He wasn't
all
considered?
season.
He
They
wasn't
gave
even in the
Offensive
top
Player of the
3.
Year.
No way.
It was. I'm gonna tell you who it was. It
Hey,
was Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. Those are the top
the
3.
quarterbacks. There you go. That's the quarterback league, man.
Quarterback
They
award.
wrong.
Ridiculous.
They gave him an award.
Offensive
He got
Player of
best
the Year.
running
Whoop
back?
the freaking
Yeah.
dude. Man should have been MVP.
Well,
He
they
should
did
definitely been a
quarterback
candidate.
award.
Anyway, Twan, I think it really, realistically, Russell Wilson staying right where he is in Seattle, I think is
doubt.
probably the best spot.
Right.
He has
He
weapons.
need-
You just upgrade that line so he doesn't have to, run around. So
He need to come to Dallas.
hell no.
Come to Dallas. Come
You
to
just want to see
Dallas.
Sierra.
You don't
Hey,
want
I can see her in the boot with Jerry Jones.
to deal with Jerry Jones.
Uh-huh. But yeah, we're gonna I go around the room, everybody answered, right?
I think so.
All right. Now we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We're gonna get on some NBA.
Yeah,
Hey,
I got
wait
some
a minute.
stuff
Before
to
we get on
spill
the
on that
NBA,
G.
you didn't
Yeah.
even say where Deshaun was going.
Oh, Deshaun, I don't know. Good question. Where is
They
Deshaun?
stopped talking about that. It got
Nobody
quiet.
know that.
Because
Yeah.
that's the one thing I wanted to say. Well,
Sit
I
out.
wanted to point out.
Well, you go
You think
ahead
he
then,
would?
Marsh. You got the flow. Go ahead, big
I'm
dog.
gonna make it quick, guys. I'm not
Go
gonna
ahead. Do,
be long winded.
I'm finna
do
go
your
pop some
thing.
pop.
All right. So here's the thing about Deshaun Watson. I don't think that Houston. He's unhappy. Houston doesn't have to trade him. They can play hardball. If he was like, I don't want to, play this year, which he could try to do, they can put him on, the exempt list, and they have the rights to his contract and keep them years on. So he's kind of in a stuck situation. The best place probably fitting for him would be you could have him in Chicago. Miami could be good. Trading him to Dallas, I actually think would be an upgrade over Dak Prescott. I think he's better.
Super upgrade. What?
What are
like
you giving up to get him?
So
We
what
need-
you would have to
we-
do?
He costs a lot.
No, he does. But I'm saying
We got the money.
that's true.
No, we
They
don't.
ain't got no money. Shit.
We do have a lot of money.
Players.
You can get rid of some of those terrible defensive players like a Jalen Smith,
Forget
Sean
about
Lee.
the New York
You
Jets.
they'll gladly take him if JJ Watt leaves because they're gonna need something. So
JJ Watt is gonna leave though.
Exactly.
He's
So
not
clear-
JJ Watt. I'll take
clear-
JJ Watts in Dallas. I can
No,
see him
I'm
going
not
to
saying-
Dallas and New Orleans.
Well, I mean, he could.
He's
I'd rather
from
see
Wisconsin. He's going to Green Bay.
I'd rather see him
that too.
in Pittsburgh.
Boy, he a Texas boy now. He ain't going no Green Bay.
I'd rather
I can
see
see him
him.
going to. I can see him going to New Orleans or Cowboys.
He's going back home, buddy.
Yeah, I could see Watson going to New Orleans, but obviously he'll get out of there. New Orleans, Chicago, or Miami is probably my top two. I would probably say go to Chicago. I mean, that's all they need is a QB. Their defense is stout. They have a good line. They'll probably get somebody in the draft to help the receiving core.
How are y'all sleeping on the coach? I mean, all they need is a quarterback.
They're not trading
Yeah,
in-house.
I agree.
Yeah,
They're not trading.
They're not trading within the division.
I know he ain't gonna go there, but I'm just saying.
I agree. I hear you. The Colts would be a good one. They realistically
But
they
he
just
ain't
don't
gonna
have.
that same division. They ain't
Yeah.
gonna trade him, man.
Yeah, they're not going to trade him in the same division. So they would trade him out of the conference probably to an NFC team. Even Washington would be a good place for him. But I don't think they have enough for them too. So, but anyway, that was all I wanted to say, Twan.
Anybody got anything else to say on that? Where they think Watson should go?
I don't know if this is the place he should go, but I'm just saying we forgot to talk about the New York Jets. They were in rumors with a couple teams about trading Sam Darnold, so keep an eye on that as well.
They have the money. They have the money to do it. They have the capital to do it.
Watson money ain't
nobody
not
wants to
sitting
play
there.
for the Jets
Please
either.
no. Deshaun,
Yeah.
don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, I don't know where, but just give him some help, man. Gosh, give the man some help.
Wasting his talent.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
They might sit out for a year. Who knows?
Okay, so all right, let's switch gears here a little bit. We're gonna get on NBA, and I'm gonna get my OG pops first on this.
Yeah.
Right now, the biggest conversation in the NBA is the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
My deal is they're having issues of playing defense. And do you think, the main thing is what I'm getting at is, do you feel like they should fire Steve Nash? Pops.
That's a good question. Nah, I don't think they should fire him. Shit, they ain't even played together yet. I mean, They be all right. They
Well,
good. They'll be all right. The East ain't that strong. They'll be all right. Just them and Philly are the main. They'll be all right.
they will, but they don't like Mike said. They don't play no defense, man. Like
Right
you
now, they
think
don't play no D, but the Red
ain't got
ain't
no big man.
they'll be all right. I'm telling you. They get it together. They ain't played together enough to establish no defense. It takes time. That's kind of defense is harder to do than offense.
I
It
agree with
takes
that.
time. They gonna be all right. They
So
got
do
to
you
get
think?
Grant on the floor.
So do you think they should get another big man? Because I don't think what they got, the pieces they got, I don't think they can get over the
It
hump.
gonna be it gonna be Philly. I'm
Then they
telling
ain't gonna be finished. Philly looking pretty
Man,
good.
you. It gonna be Philly or the Nets coming out of the East. I don't care nobody. That's my opinion.
I okay.
Okay. Well, Mike, what you think, man? Do you think they should fire Steve Nash? Because it ain't
Okay,
looking.
short spiel on the Nets is my thing. Is I always said from the beginning they got a whole bunch of offensive minded people, and the couple of defensive players they did have they traded away in that trade. That Jared Allen, I think he was a big defensive stopper for them. DeAndre Jordan is all right, but he's getting older. You can tell he's not as big of a defensive stopper as he used to be. And when you got Kyrie, you got Harden, you got Durant, they're all offensive minded. Not saying they can't play defense, but they've always had the mindset where I'm going to outscore you. You don't have anybody out there like me, supposedly, or a Shumpert type of guy like, hey, I don't care about scoring. I just know the person I'm guarding is not going to score. They don't think like that. You can tell the way they play offensive defense. So that's the one thing. And the second alarming thing is their record against teams below 500. It's not that they can't get up for the big game. It's the fact they can't beat the little guys. How are you
Yeah.
overlooking the little guys? That's more revealing to me than the bigger wins, because you're gonna have to beat the Miami Heat. You're gonna have to beat the Bucks on the way to that finals. You can't get up for LeBron James if you can't make it to LeBron James. We just
Yeah.
saw that with the Clippers.
I
Y'all
agree.
got all the talent in the world. We
Well,
hyping
the
y'all up.
Bucks is
LA versus
considered
LA.
one of the
Y'all need to
big
make it
guys.
to LA. It's gonna be the same thing with the Nets. Everybody hyping up this championship, and they ain't even made it yet. They have a lot of quality teams in the East that might not be as good as the Nets, but the Heat work hard. And Bam and Butler and them boys, I promise you, they're not gonna be scared of no Nets and nobody in the East. So I want to see how that's gonna work out.
If they make the playoffs.
What? You ain't seen the Heat since
Ooh.
Butler came back? You better check
He
their
ain't
record.
got
It ain't
enough.
hard to make the playoffs in the East.
He gonna have
Right.
to make a
Playoffs.
change. They ain't got enough.
We'll see,
said
Miami
who?
can make the playoffs.
He got to make a trade. They ain't got enough. What they got now ain't enough.
I agree. They gotta make something, huh?
Right. They ain't got enough.
Don't
I
ever
mean,
count out Pat
They need
Riley, my
a
guy.
they need a
I
point
know what you're
guard.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't count him out, but I just feel he got to make a move.
I
They
feel like
got
Don't
I feel
tell
like
him
they,
to.
they have enough to make a first round upset. That's
I feel like they
Thank
need a
you.
point guard.
that's all they need.
Thank you.
Now, just like what Mike was saying, man, they have nothing but offense. Literally, looking at their roster and stuff, all they have left for defense, DeAndre Jordan, maybe
Yeah.
Jeff Green on a good night,
And they
maybe.
got him playing
Right.
five.
He can't do it every
But
night.
you
Man, you
also
can
got to
say
look.
Kevin Durant is their best defender.
Man, they got
For
yeah, for
real.
real.
Kevin Durant
And that's
doesn't
crazy.
defend nothing. He's like James Harden. They don't
hmm
defend.
But
Man, they
They
got
can
Joe
shoot
Harris
all
playing the
day.
four.
Joe Harris?
Man,
He
Wow.
playing the four. So
Wow.
that's what I'm saying. Like this small ball, yeah, then Mike D'Antoni is doing. Like, do you think they should get rid of Nash and Mike D'Antoni and bring like somebody in? Because I feel like
that ain't
he's not
happening.
doing a good job of coaching these guys. Because you already know how
If
Kyrie
you
Irving feel.
But you remember how many people criticized that Steve Nash pickup? They said they need a more experienced coach, but Durant and Irving co-signed, oh, that's our guy. That's our
Man,
buddy. So they were like,
these
let's
guys
bring
ain't
in
gonna
Nash.
listen to no more experienced coach. Shit. Who
look,
they gonna bring in? Who
Well,
guy
they
they
can bring
gonna
it.
listen to? Who
They
he
can
gonna
bring it.
listen to?
That's the problem. That's what they. That's
That's
what
the
they want.
problem.
That's the issue. They want to
That's the
fucking be.
problem.
They want to run the coach over.
They want a yes
Probably
man.
Mark Jackson.
Who you gonna bring in?
Mark Jackson.
Mark, yeah.
Man, that
Yeah.
that wouldn't work no
Even
time.
even if y'all trying
Kyrie
to get,
Irving wouldn't work with no Mark Jackson.
You can even bring the Zed. You can even bring the Zed master back.
they're still ranked third in the East though. Even with Nash, even with the
Yeah.
problems, they're still third in the East.
Who they say bring back the Zen master?
Yeah. Big fella. Bring back Phil Jackson. Shit, he'll get them boys right.
Hey man, do y'all know what y'all dealing with? A 2021 Kyrie Irving. So y'all, oh my lord,
Running the
Oh,
triangle
That's what I'm
offense.
saying. That's the
You
problem.
ain't gotta run. You're not
All
running.
three
You
of
gotta
those
run a
dudes
triangle
running the
offense.
triangle offense.
You need somebody to get these guys. Like, they think they don't need a damn coach. Like, you crazy, man.
they gonna be all right. Believe me, guys.
I do.
They
I agree.
gonna be all right.
I agree.
When you say they're gonna be all right, what that mean though? They going to the championship?
No.
They make to the Eastern Finals. I bet that them and Philly.
When you bring Harden, Durant, and Irving together, we got to consider what are we saying when we say they're gonna be all right? Because I'll be dang if you brought all three of them superstars together and you the team owner and you be like, oh, we not getting to the finals. Bullshit. You better
That's
Yep.
what
get
I
your ass to the
said.
finals.
When
They're
I'm
getting to
saying
the
they're gonna be
finals.
all right, that's what I mean. They got a chance to make the Final Four.
Ah,
That
okay.
means they got a chance to be in the final.
Well,
That's
that
what
ain't good
I like
enough.
on me.
They better make it, or they gonna be talked about all off season. I bet you.
Kind of interesting, guys. This team of the Nets is very top heavy. They're a very top heavy team. They have no type of bench whatsoever.
7-game series, that's gonna hurt.
It is because if you have all those guys having to play 40 plus minutes every single night, maybe more with overtime games and whatnot,
Yep.
you're gonna get tired. So yeah, they
They already
make the
resting them right
conference finals.
now. That's why they be losing. Like two of them, like they always have one of them rest. Like two of them will play, one will rest. Two will play, one. Haven't y'all noticed that? Like the
Well,
Raptors,
well,
The
Irving and
regular
Harden
season
play.
doesn't
Nah,
matter.
it's because of COVID issues.
Yeah, Durant was
Right,
kind of forced
they
to
ain't
sit
been
out.
able to play. They ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, Durant was forced to sit out.
And
Irving
Kyrie,
has already
he
missed
just a
15
tootsie.
games.
Hey, right. Then he supposed to have some kind of injury.
But hold on a second. I will say this. We're assuming, and obviously I hope everybody stays healthy. What happens if one of them does catch COVID or somebody does go down? Then what they gonna do?
Irving's notorious for getting.
They gonna
That's what we're doing now.
they gonna let them play.
Playing.
No. I'm saying, but if somebody gets hurt, who are the Nets? Because they're losing right now. So you're gonna tell me they're gonna
They have no
elevate
They
their
not
game
losing.
if somebody gets hurt?
They probably second in the East.
Yeah.
What do you mean they
They're
lose?
third in the East right now.
Nah. What are they right now?
They're third.
They second in the East. They not losing.
But the East suck.
Okay, that's what I'm
Hold on, time out.
about.
Hold on, Cowboy. Nah, not that easy. You can't just say the East side.
suck.
Well,
Everyone,
is kind of
The
weak.
top
It
four
is
teams,
right
after
now.
the top
Every-
four teams, the East suck.
so what is the West then?
After the top four
The
teams, look at
West
their
West is
record.
loaded.
They got way better teams right now.
But the West ran, but everyone ran away out of the West. The East, everybody going to the East now.
Right now. Somebody please go look at the Western standings and compare them to the Eastern standings.
I understand that, but I understand that, but I'm saying though. So here it is. So is the East more competitive now since they got more teams? Everybody
It
going to the
is
East
more
since LeBron in
competitive.
the
The
West?
West is loaded.
The West is
the
loaded.
West got better teams. The East is weak as
Hold on,
hell.
come on. Who is the West loaded with? Come on, no
The
sir.
Suns,
Hold on.
the Jazz,
Wait.
the Lakers, the
Hold on.
Clippers.
I'm gonna tell you. I
the
know this one.
Pelicans.
I know this one.
Pelicans. No Pelicans.
Hold on,
The Pelicans are not good.
Wait a minute.
No Pelicans.
Put the
They
Pelicans.
like
Put the
fans.
Pelicans in the
No
East.
Pelicans.
Put the
Antoine,
Pelicans in the
listen.
East.
No
The West,
Pelicans.
outside of the top, listen to me. Outside of the top three teams in the West, from team 4 through team 14, you lose 2 or 3 games, you might drop from being a 5th seed to being the 11th seed.
Okay. Y'all give me some. Okay, y'all call out a team and I'll match up with them on the West versus East.
All right, let's do it then. All right, let's do it. All right, Lakers.
Dallas.
But come on, I mean, Lakers, Nets.
Hey, Hey,
Lakers
wait,
next.
Hold on.
forget
Okay.
the top three
Clippers.
teams.
Clippers.
Dallas.
Let's go. Hold on. Let me do it. Let me do it tomorrow
Uh-huh.
first. Clippers.
Look,
Right.
Clippers. Clippers, Bucks.
Okay.
That's a
The
loss.
Jazz.
The Clippers are winning.
Jazz, Miami.
Yeah.
Loss.
Okay.
The Jazz are winning.
Hold on. You keep going. The Suns.
Suns, Raptors.
you,
The
if
Raptors.
Raptors.
Stop it.
Philly. Or
Stop it.
Philly.
Okay.
About 7 or 8. Come
Huh? We cooking it. That's what I'm saying. Like those teams, what I said, that's not a win-win. They might have a better record, but what would they do in the playoff situations? Like,
look, but
Bro, the Bucks played the
look at-
Magic in the first round last year. The Bucks played the Magic. The Lakers played the Portland Blazers.
that was last year. We're talking about this year. A lot of people, but listen, but no, it's a lot of people that's this year that's went from it's playing in the West that's in the East now. Think about Jakeem Grant. He was in the Western. Now he's in the East. It's a lot of teams that was in the Western last year that's in the East this year.
The
Hey, so you gonna tell me-
8
you mean
seed,
Jeremy
the
Grant?
Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah,
What would they
Jeremy
do in
Grant.
the East? What would Portland do in the East?
Philly right there.
They'll be right in the middle of the pack, just like all these other people.
Hey, Anton. So you gonna tell me that the Charlotte Hornets? You gonna tell me that the Charlotte Hornets are gonna be somebody in a 7-game series from the West?
The Charlotte Hornets will be okay.
The Blazers to kill them.
The Charlotte Hornets. Hold on, tell me. The Charlotte Hornets versus the Kings.
The Kings aren't even in the playoffs.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
The Kings
The
out of
Kings
the
ain't
playoffs.
even
So
in
you
the
gotta do a playoff
playoffs.
team.
So who's in the playoff in the Western? Who's in the playoff?
right now, if you look
Golden
at
State is 8th.
Jeff carrying them about 8. What they are they?
Golden
8th.
State is 8th.
But I'm saying though the Eastern, but
No
the
Heat,
Eastern, but y'all can't say that because the Eastern, the games is like buck and down. The Nets can lose 2 or 1 game and they already out of the playoffs. So you
But the
can't say
West
that in the
is
Eastern.
playing the West and
Hell
the East
no.
are playing more.
Yes. Look at
No.
look at the standing. Huh?
The 8th place team in the East.
Blow out everybody.
Anton, the 8th place team in the East is 11-13. That's Atlanta. They are okay.
And
The Nets are 15-12.
Okay, what is
15 and 12?
Yeah, the Nets are 15-12.
that's what I'm saying. And
And they number
what's
3 in the West.
thank you. That's what I'm getting at. They all are kind of like close.
Where would the Nets be in the West with the 15 and 12 record? I want to know.
They
Where
would
they
be
in the West?
7th.
It's
They would
the
be
Eastern
7.
though.
they
It's the
wouldn't be
Eastern.
So you gonna put Brooklyn Nets over Denver right now at 13 and 11?
Yes, I would if I could put a series in the playoffs, the Nets versus the Denver, the Nets would cook.
I do that.
Huh?
Denver almost beat the Lakers last year.
Listen what I'm talking. Listen where I'm coming at, man.
The best players in the league.
I know we're talking about a series. We're not talking about game by game.
Listen, hold on. Y'all need to give Denver more credit because Denver beat the Clippers last year.
Man, Jamal Murray is inconsistent, man. He ain't doing shit right now.
It's the white boys on Denver.
Jakeem, what he doing against the Lakers? They cooked their ass the other
They had
night.
Anthony Davis guarding him. Y'all ain't got no Anthony Davis on the Nets.
Okay, well,
That
Denver
white boy
Nuggets
killed
versus
the
Denver Nuggets versus the 76ers. Who you taking?
You said Nuggets versus 76ers?
Yeah, I was. What?
I'm going with Philly on that.
Me too, man.
All they got is Embiid, bro. Simmons can't.
What do you mean? They got Sid. They got Tobias Harris. You got.
But here's the thing.
Yes. And you got Ben Simmons.
Denver beat the Clippers. So you said
that's last year. We're not talking this, bro. They don't have Jeremy Grant anymore. It's a whole new team. Gary Harris is playing like a bum. We're not talking about the bubble. We're not talking bubble. We're talking right now. We're not talking bubble.
Jeremy Grant was a huge loss for them. You see what he's doing in Detroit.
What's Denver's record then? What's Denver's record?
They're 13 and 11.
Serious.
But with Jeremy Grant, they'd probably be a top 3 team right now.
So the
that's what I'm
Nets
saying,
have one
man.
more win than them. Is what we're arguing.
No, I'm saying Jeremy Grant defensively is a difference maker. They
Yes.
Yeah, they missed him.
He was yes, big time. Look what he doing at Detroit. He just dropped 30 on it. He dropped 30, had his career high against the
So where are
Nets.
y'all saying Denver's gonna lose?
And
They're gonna
like
lose
my
first
man
round?
said, defense. He
But
played.
I'm not saying that's not what I'm getting at. I'm saying
they
like,
might lose first round.
bro, what I'm saying
Second
is the Eastern,
They'll be in
most
second
of
round.
what I was
Denver's not gonna be in no second round.
All right. It depends on who they get matched up with.
They're playing the Lakers right now. They ain't
They ain't gonna
winning
get matched up with the Lakers. They're not gonna end the 7th seed. I don't think Denver's gonna end.
but at the end of the day, what I was getting at is I feel like the Eastern has more teams, like better teams, than the West does. The West has those top. Okay.
Antoine, can I ask you a question? Wait, Antoine, can I ask you a question?
What?
Okay. You put I'll even put I'm gonna use it. Let's put Dallas in the East right now. Okay, they're 12 and 14. Right now, if you put Dallas in the East, they would be either 6th or 7th because they have the same record as Toronto and Charlotte. All right. So they would play either Brooklyn or Milwaukee. You're not telling me that they can't give Brooklyn or Milwaukee a better series than Toronto or Charlotte could matched up?
That's not what I'm getting at, man. I'm telling you, like, if we go teams, what I'm saying is I get what I get what you're saying about that, but what I'm saying, like, if I had to pick a West team, say it like this. Say if we did a mix of the Eastern versus West, and we did the 116, you know what I'm saying, out in the NBA, the top best team. I feel like it'll be more Eastern teams that make it closer to the finals than the West, in my opinion.
There's only going to be like 4 Eastern teams that are making the playoffs.
Oh, man.
Seriously. You can literally.
I just feel like the Eastern, they have more. I just feel like it's more common. Everyone has been going to the East, man. I just feel like since LeBron has came to, because they was always talking about LeBron, how the East was weak, and I feel like since LeBron has came to the West, all of a sudden people are making their way to the East, and I feel like the East has been way like they've been saying it in the news. The East is way more competitive than the West is now.
Nah,
but.
Lie.
They may be competitive with the East itself, but they're not going to be competitive versus the West.
Thank you, James.
Look, literally.
Thank you, James.
Look, let's be realistic. Take the Spurs. They're the 6th seed in the West right now.
By the grace
you
of God.
Put them in the East, they're the 3 seed. They jump up in spots.
So the Spurs. So the Spurs beat Boston Celtics. So the Spurs beating the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly. Come on, man. Come on. That's what I'm getting at, bro. That's my whole point.
Look, I would give it to the Spurs just because the Spurs still have good coaching.
Man.
They have better.
Boston has good coaches. They got freaking superstars.
But they lost to the Spurs already this year.
I'm saying in a 7-game series, are you picking the Spurs over Boston?
No, heck no.
Come on.
I might do that actually.
What? You're Spurs fan, so I guess you will say that.
I'm not even trying to be biased. I actually would take the Spurs over Boston.
Whoa. So you're telling me Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown's having like a career season right now, and freaking Kemba Walker, you'll take them over what? Rudy Gay, LaMarcus Aldridge, and what's his name? What is his name? The point guard.
DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray. Yes.
You haven't been watching Spurs, so I wouldn't expect you to know. But
I know that's regular season. We're not talking regular season. Like I said, a playoff season. You're talking regular season. Yeah, everyone's up on regular season.
I would take the
East
Spurs
top
over the
four
Celtics,
is cool. East top 4 is cool, and after that it drops. 4 teams in the East, they cool.
That's what I said. I said that earlier. Top 4:
Philly, Boston, New Jersey,
Brooklyn,
and who's the other one? Philly, Boston,
Milwaukee, and Miami. And you got the Raptors. You can't sleep on the Raptors.
Not up there, bro. Stop saying Raptors.
What do you mean the Raptors? I'll take the Raptors over. Give me the team. I can see the Raptors beating Golden State right now in the series.
No,
that's the number 6 versus the number 6. I thought you said Raptors are number 6.
No,
Raptors are 5 right now.
So it's
No,
supposed to
the
be 5
Raptors
versus
is-
number 5.
No, the
Who's
Raptors are number
5
6
in the
right now.
West?
Indiana's number 5.
Who's number 6 in the West then?
The Spurs.
So
I'll take
Spurs
Golden
versus
State
Raptors.
all
You
day
taking the
over
Raptors?
there.
And Spurs got a better record than them anyway.
Spurs can beat the
Oh,
Raptors.
man.
Spurs sitting at 14-11.
Yeah, Spurs
Yes,
can beat the Raptors. They already did.
yeah, better record, but I'm saying,
They
man.
already beat the
Come
Raptors.
on now,
I
bro.
actually will side with Twan on this one. That matchup would actually be close, but I'm interested
That would be
of those
close.
type of matchups. So what's 5 versus 5? Who's 5?
5 versus 5 would be Portland versus Indiana. Indiana is riddled with
See,
injuries.
They'll beat
now,
us.
Basically.
Nah,
They'll
Portland beat
beat
them.
us.
yeah, Portland will win that. I agree.
Okay.
Right
All right.
now,
I'm gonna go.
stop
Hey, wait a minute.
playing
I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like
Uh-huh.
this. 4 versus 4. Phoenix
Nah, go-
versus Boston.
Can we do 8 verse? I'm interested
Okay.
in the bottom.
Okay. All right. 8 versus 8. All right. Golden State versus Atlanta.
Golden
Come on,
State.
man.
Golden State.
Okay.
Yeah.
But hey,
Seven versus-
Atlanta's nice though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Atlanta got a lot better though.
7 versus
did.
7. Denver versus Charlotte.
Denver,
Yeah.
Okay. 6 versus 6. Spurs versus Raptors.
Raptors,
Spurs.
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 I got Spurs barely.
I got
It'd be
Raptors.
close.
What?
Siakam can't shoot threes. That's
Oh
if
man.
Siakam can shoot threes.
God.
All right. So
What's
we
the
already
5
said
then?
Indiana, Portland. 4 Phoenix, Boston.
I'm going with Boston.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a tough one though.
Phoenix.
Ooh.
Phoenix.
I think I'm gonna go Boston.
You can't
barely.
I'm gonna go Boston.
I go
Ooh.
Phoenix.
Boston on that.
I go
Go
Phoenix.
Boston.
I go Phoenix.
Huh?
That was close too. What's the next one?
That'd be close. 3
I'm talking
is
about.
Brooklyn.
How can
Clippers.
you? Hold on, heard it. How can you say Phoenix, man? What have they done?
What?
That's
Chris
the
Paul, man.
What has Chris
okay.
Paul done?
He took the Thunder from
He
nothing
took the
to something.
Thunder, and I
He showed
called
to
that
do-
last.
Yeah, to the playoffs, and what happened?
They lost
almost
in a
knocked
hard
off the-
fought
the
series.
They almost.
They got Chris Paul.
They lost to a better team.
Okay, all right. We still said who would you say? We still said Boston. Okay, next.
I still go Phoenix with that one. 3 is Clippers versus the Nets. That'd be a good.
I'm
series.
going the Nets.
Wow.
I'm going the Nets.
That's a lot of
Ooh.
See? I'm going the Nets.
I know playoff P gonna show up.
Okay.
That's
So the
five
East got
top 10
2.
players right there.
Clippers. I go with the Clippers.
Okay, now we going. I give the
Clip-
Nets. The East got 2. 2 out of the 6. What's the next match?
I go with the Clippers, man.
Oh, that's
Kawhi
five
give
top
KD
10
trouble.
Huh? Tell,
Kawhi give KD trouble.
tell me, you said 2 out of the 6. Hold on, nah.
The East only
Slow
won
down.
2.
How? What team?
Okay, hold on. All
You
right.
said Boston.
Wait.
And
Hold
the,
on,
and
I'm
the
gonna write
Nets
them
is
down.
the only
I'm gonna
2 the
write
East
them
got.
Raptors
Nah,
against
we
San
didn't give you
Antonio.
the Raptors. Nobody else picked the
Oh!
Raptors.
Y'all
Nobody
picked
else
San
picked the Raptors.
So y'all picked San.
Wait. Okay, hold on.
Come on, get
Let me do
over
this.
it.
What is San Antonio like? Talk about some.
Wait.
Yeah, I know. Like, who's picking them?
Son,
Huh?
let me do this. All right. So this is how we'll do it. I'll go from 8 to 1. By a show of hands, we'll tell which side gets the win, east or west. Okay.
Man, we just voted. Twan heard what we said.
Yeah, well, I can hear.
I want to know. Okay, wait. So Atlanta, Golden State. This is the 8th seed. East or
Golden
west?
State. Golden State.
Okay.
Golden State.
That's 1 for the West. Okay. All right. 7. Denver and Charlotte.
We
Denver.
said Denver.
Okay.
We said Denver.
That's 2 for the West.
Mhm.
6. San Antonio, Toronto.
San
What did you
Antonio.
say? 7? What happened to 7?
I said Denver, Charlotte. We said
Oh,
Denver.
okay. Oh, sorry, my bad.
6.
We on
San,
6.
San Antonio, Toronto.
Dang.
San Antonio.
I said Toronto.
Okay,
You the
how
only
many?
one, Twan.
Wait.
San
How many
Antonio,
people
see?
say San Antonio?
And somebody said Antonio fan. That's why.
Okay, so San Antonio.
You got 3 San Antonio fans. Zay, Mike, and Nash.
All right, so San Antonio 6. 5. Portland.
Man, I ain't giving y'all that one, man.
Portland.
Come on, man.
Portland.
I said Toronto.
2 of y'all said Toronto. 4 of us said San Antonio. San Antonio gets the win.
I got you.
Oh, man.
Okay, 5.
Look at the Austin. Hey, God, my bad. Look at the Austin and San Antonio going on over here.
Kevin Hart. He got Kevin Hart in here.
Hey, 5. Portland, Indiana.
Portland.
Okay.
Portland.
That's 4 for the West. At 4, Boston, Phoenix.
Boston.
Boston.
I say Phoenix, but Boston gets the win. So that's one.
Okay, you got to put your input in. Just say
One for
Boston.
the East. One for the East. Boston. Okay. Okay. 3, Clippers, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
I said
Brooklyn.
Okay. 2 for the
Damn,
East.
that's fine. I go with Clippers.
Okay, but I heard majority Brooklyn. So Brooklyn. Okay, so 2 for the East.
Hold on, who
Told you,
voted
Twan,
Clippers?
2.
Who
I
voted
told you,
Clippers?
Twan.
I
said
got Clippers.
I said
I
Clippers.
got Clippers.
What?
That's 3.
Okay, so
West
it's a,
Side.
Man, y'all are killing me.
I got Brooklyn.
you say Clippers?
I
Brooklyn.
said
I
Clippers.
go Clippers
Okay,
on
so Mike said Brooklyn, Twan said Brooklyn, and DC you said Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and then I said Clippers. James,
Okay, just give us Brooklyn, man. Give us this one.
that's the tie.
All right, next one.
That's
All
the
right,
tie.
next one.
So,
West got the next ones.
Milwaukee,
Easily.
Lakers.
Man, we already know. We already know LA. We already know.
Lake show.
Okay, so then that's another one for the West, and
And
then
then watch who the number 1 seed is. The Utah
Number 1.
Jazz. Boy, them boys y'all sleeping on.
Philly, Utah.
Philly.
Utah.
Philly.
Utah.
Philly.
I
What?
go Philly on that one.
Philly.
Taking Utah.
Yeah.
Philly.
So what
Okay,
it come out
so
to be?
Okay,
so
so
West.
3 to 5.
so that one of them was tied. So
Yeah. So really
It's-
2.
it's really 2 to 5 with the other one.
Okay.
Going either way.
man,
But because it's
tell you
Tweezy
why
show.
it don't really mean
Wait,
that because it really
Because it's-
goes all the way to 10. Because we got playing games at 10.
Okay,
That's what I was finna say.
Yeah, go to
Boss,
10
I
and
was
11.
finna say that.
Who the 9
I was
seed?
finna,
Okay, I got you.
Those
Tweezy. Because it's your show, I'll give you the other one that was the tie.
Okay, we need double.
Who 9 versus 9?
Okay, 9 versus 9. Miami versus Sacramento.
Oh, Miami.
Miami.
For sure.
Likely.
Okay, Miami.
10, you got New York versus Memphis. That would actually be a good matchup.
Memphis, man. Come on, Memphis, bro. Memphis, man.
I don't know. New York been playing some
No, New York's
ball.
all right.
Nah, New York been looking good. That defense been looking nice.
John Morant.
That's a good one.
That's it.
Solid, but that's a good matchup.
That's a good one.
Julius.
And that's
Man.
what I'm saying. It's only John Morant. I got New York.
So what we saying? Memphis?
No, we voting. Who you
Oh,
got?
we ain't said that yet.
I got
Oh,
New
no,
York.
I gotta take
got
New York on that one.
I gotta go with New York.
New York too.
Me too.
What?
Yeah, man.
Jackson
What's their
ain't
record
back
right
yet.
now? What's their record?
Memphis is 10-10.
What's the New York record?
They're 11-15.
Yeah. Oh man.
Goddamn.
I mean, they play more games. They play more games than Memphis.
But they got more wins.
I thought you played like 11-9 or something.
I know. I got there.
No, remember Memphis had to take like 2 weeks off because of COVID. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. So that's the 10 seed. So 11. What? You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going. We need to go all the way to the potty
Right
train.
now it's 5 against 5.
Go all the way to the end.
Okay, Chicago, Dallas.
Dallas.
Chicago.
Yeah, DC.
That's IQ.
Hey, Cleveland, New Orleans.
Pelicans. Bummy. They sorry anyway. I'm going with Cleveland. I'm going with Cleveland. Hey, Colin Stackton is a sleeper. He's elite, man. I'm going with Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, they backcourt's nice.
Yeah, I'm going with Cleveland. Man, Pelicans ain't doing nothing. They don't do nothing. They built.
James, Mike, DC, and me said New Orleans. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm going
That's New Orleans.
nice.
Yeah. I'm going with Cleveland, man.
And
the
father and
Pelicans,
son
they
duo said Cleveland. Wait.
Pelicans won that one.
Okay. So Pelicans won that one. Then we got Houston and Orlando.
I'm going with Houston. They got John Wall and Boogie and
Houston been
Chris Wood.
I can't believe Houston doing that good.
They were until Christian Wood got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have OKC, Washington.
I'm going with OKC.
OKC.
Oh, yeah, OKC.
Trash can on fire, man.
Oh man,
They
for
don't know
real.
what the hell they gonna do.
Watch is horrible.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah,
How
they
you gonna
are.
trade Bill?
And then with twin records at 6-19 at the bottom, Detroit and Minnesota.
I'm going with Detroit.
Detroit.
I go
Detroit.
Minnesota because
Yo,
they ain't
Detroit's
been
been knocking
playing.
off big time
Boy,
teams
ain't
lately.
been
Exactly. Detroit been hoping with was Jeremy Grant there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Carlton Towns hasn't played practically all season. He comes back.
He's soft. Nobody care about his soft ass.
He had his
He
first
weak.
game the other day.
He ain't gonna do shit.
I got him in Twan Fantasy.
Carl
I've
Anthony
been waiting on
Towns,
him.
he's sorry.
I've been
No,
waiting on him to come back for him.
That's soft shit. He a big man.
Thank you.
He weak.
Thank you.
All right, so by show of hands.
That's why Jimmy Butler left. Bum ass.
Nah, it was because of other dudes. It wasn't Sam.
Nah, it was because of Carl whining all the time.
Nah,
Wiggins,
it was
that's
because
why
of
he
Wiggins.
left.
Well, he was worried about his
Wiggins.
stats. Oh man.
Oh no,
Okay,
he
was
did
all-
say Carl Anthony Towns worried about stats.
So by
Yeah, he
show of
said
hands,
he called Anthony Towns out too.
by show of
He's
hands, who picked
talented.
who picked Detroit?
I
By
like
show of hands.
that.
Oh, my bad.
I picked Detroit. Yeah, he's a skilled player. I give him that, but he's
Okay.
still
So
tootsie.
James, you said Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, DC, you said Detroit.
Yeah.
Who else said Detroit?
I did.
Twan said Detroit. I'm saying Minnesota.
I said Minnesota.
Okay.
That's a tie.
It's another tie. Do we give it to the host or do
Yeah, we got to
Man,
go
the
with
West
it.
already got more anyway.
Gotta roll with him.
I know, right? You gotta give me something.
What's the
I
score
gave you
right
the
now?
other one.
I know.
What's the score right now?
So it is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9-6.
Okay,
West.
we can give it to him then.
Yeah.
No. That one that I gave to him made it 9-6. Otherwise,
Is that it? That was it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
West is better.
What happened to the Kings? You didn't turn in.
The
they
Heat
did.
versus the Kings. The Heat
versus
was
Kings.
versus the Kings.
Oh yeah. That's
Y'all
right.
went heat on that.
Even
Yeah,
though
we
I
said
think the
Heat.
Kings would actually give him a good game.
The Kings are playing good.
All them games would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was.
Fox been hooping.
Fight on all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all they got too on the Kings is Fox.
Yeah,
And
because
maybe
Bagley been tripping.
that's about it.
You know, they beat them
Indiana
twice
can
this
get they
season.
hurt people back. We be all right.
Yeah.
If we can get
I agree.
LeVert and TJ Warren back.
Yeah.
Okay.
LeVert, TJ Warren, when they come back with Brogdon and Sabonis, like Pacers is gonna be nice.
They still need a big athletic guy now.
But
Yeah.
Juan, I have a question. I have a question for the panel, okay?
Well,
So I've been watching Denver play. I was an advocate for them playing Michael Porter Jr. like when he first came in the league, you know, started getting his jumper because I knew he was going to be good.
yeah.
I've been saying the same thing about Bol. If they actually groomed him and actually played him a little bit more, they would be a better team.
Yeah, he needed that. I think Bobo is. I think he need to come to LA. He need to be on LeBron.
Does he even play?
No, they don't play him. That's my point. He need to come to LA, and we gonna have him as a shot blocker 3 guy. Boom.
He can't shoot, bro.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he can. Oh, he can. If Bobo can shoot.
He can.
He's defense. That's all he is. He's slow as hell.
Nah, he ain't slow.
What's his
No. No, Bobo.
what's that?
Bobo is just young. Once he feeling it, I was telling you, yeah, Bobo with LeBron, he'd be all right.
Man, Brian ain't touch Bobo.
Hey, Bobo remind me of old boy that left Texas early that was too skinny.
Bobo, that's what they're saying. Lakers might trying to get him. What's his name? Mamba?
Yeah.
Mobamba, yeah. They said that the Lakers is looking in to get him.
Somebody take the rim.
They said the Lakers is looking to get him.
Please
But I'm saying though,
get him so his career can get better.
Shaq West song.
Man, Bron need Bobo. We need a box shot and 3 guy.
Man, Bobo ain't gonna. They need somebody gonna get them alley-oop dunk. Yeah, you see LeBron's sister down 4 games because they ain't getting them dunks.
No, because he ain't running the point, man. He
They
got
say
what's we got running the point. He
he's
got
killing me Howard and McGee.
Schroeder running the point.
Game from them.
I
Yeah.
agree. Them losing Howard and McGee did hurt. That definitely hurt them.
Heck yeah, that
Your
hurt.
boy, he don't get no assist from the center position. He got at least
Oh, Mark,
from the center
Besides
position.
terrible.
he giving the assist. That's why. But,
Yeah, the sound man, right. That's why I thought
Saul
Big,
is
he
1 year
big man.
past. He should have retired.
because he ain't got the center. That's the
yeah, he
only
bombing
reason.
it.
He
It
don't
ain't
look
because
good no
he
more.
ain't playing points. That
You
ain't
know
got
who?
nothing to do with it.
You know who the Lakers should play more? Taylor Horton Tucker. That guy's a good
Oh,
defender.
Oh yeah, he been
he get
balling.
enough
Hey,
minutes. He play enough.
Man, it's hard.
More.
Somebody
He
got something
get
about
his
him?
minutes.
So,
He's almost up to 20 minutes a game.
yeah. Hey, what I like about him is he's long, man.
He
Got a
Like,
long
wide.
wingspan at
He got them
6'5".
long arms. His
man,
arms.
he got that Euro layup on lock, man.
Oh yeah, he's a wide body.
He know how to get in the rim and he know how to finish. That's one thing I like about him. He knows how to finish in contact. Like his
Hey,
move. Go ahead.
they said when he was in the G League, he told the veteran, I don't even need to be in this shit. I need to be up in the big league.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, he a bad boy. Yeah, Horton, he tough.
I like how he played though. Like he got it like it's like the defense having learned how to stop his dribble to the basket.
Right. Hey man, he got that. He's low to the ground. He's wide. He
Yep.
got a long arm, and he can shoot. And he got a nice guy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now,
But
go ahead.
go ahead.
Because I was gonna say I like your next topic that you have. I want to go with that one too.
Yeah, so that my next topic we going up with is I was gonna say is so after LeBron, the GOAT, the old GOAT, the real GOAT, when the GOAT retires, right? Who you think will be the next guy out of Durant? I'm gonna go with you first, Mike. Can you hear me? Is Mike here? No?
Yeah, I can still hear you, but go to me second.
Okay. I'll go with you first, Marsh, then.
Okay.
So okay, so when LeBron who's gonna take the NBA by hand out of Giannis, Antetokounmpo, who else? Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard? Out of those three guys, who do you think would take over the NBA?
After LeBron retires?
Yes, after he retires, like he's all gone. Or you think what I'm getting at, or you think those three guys are gonna still be the cream of the crop? Or do you think they're gonna kind of be like when LeBron's kind of out of his prime, or actually out the league, they're gonna kind of be out of their prime and kind of like a mellow type vibe?
You said it first.
I mean, Giannis is like
Right.
Look, Durant is gonna be what 35.
Right.
He's 30. No, Durant is 32.
No, but I'm saying by the time LeBron retires, he's
Yeah.
36,
4 more years, 5.
So I don't see that. Kawhi, I mean, we'll see if he even lasts that much longer because he's load managing damn near every game.
Yeah.
Boy, that boy got that Kevin Hart in him.
So I don't really know because even Giannis, I'm like Giannis he can't really shoot. He could end up being like a Westbrook on a decline.
No, but he's big.
Yeah, but even with that, he got to learn some post moves.
He can still get in.
Twan, I'm gonna go with one that's not on your list. Jason Tatum.
Okay.
That ain't no fair. He needs to be in another category.
Jason Tatum. But I'm
I feel like
take over the league. Jason Tatum.
That's a good one, but I feel like
I think everybody else gonna be too old, or they just
right.
Man,
right.
I feel like
I had to go with the Greek Freak because of the age. Everybody else would be older than LeBron down there.
Pretty much.
Durant, I feel like Durant's still at 36. Durant probably be like on LeBron, still like the best player in the league. You don't think so?
We'll see.
Yeah,
It's hard to keep that body up in long.
Yeah.
But he's a slingshot. All he does is shoot.
No, look, I think it honestly. If you're really talking about it, I got to give it to Kawhi, man. He's 29, almost 30. Look, he's won rings with San Antonio. He won with a no-name Toronto. Nobody was
Yeah.
there when he went there. He carried that team. Without
Oh
Kawhi,
no, he did not carry that team.
you
Kyle Lowry carried that team.
Hell
no,
no.
no.
They
Come on now.
compliment
Let's
each
be
other.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who was the leader?
Kawhi isn't in, he's never been a leader. He's always
So who was the leader of the team?
Kawhi was the man, though. Shit.
Who was the leader of the team? Answer that.
Point guard. Point guard.
Okay, so
but he didn't carry them like
now when
that.
you want okay, we can say that. We could say okay, you're right, Jay. We could say Kawhi carried them in the playoffs, but not in the regular season. But go ahead.
Cause this is okay. Go ahead.
Not regular season. I'm not saying regular season, but the championship don't have to go through the regular season. It's gonna
True.
start strictly playoffs. You gotta
Right,
look
you're
at
right.
it like he's won a championship, and he should have won back-to-back championships, especially in 2013 when they robbed him against the Heat, Miami Heat.
Spurs missed free throws.
Spurs should have won that. But that one I can say I'm biased on because I'm a Spurs fan. But honestly, look at it. He's 6-time All-Defensive. He's won 2 different championships for 2 different teams, 2 different spectrums of the scale as well. Because he played different when he played with the Spurs, and he played completely different when he played with Toronto. But he still found a way to win. They didn't have all-stars. They didn't have, Hall of Fame players on Toronto like he had with the Spurs. But even then, when he was playing with the Spurs, he had them towards the end of their career. They had already won championships before Kawhi got there. They knew what it was to win. And they could have won a lot more, but stuff happens. But honestly, Kevin Durant is the only one with Golden State. He hasn't proven himself. He's one hell of a scorer. I'll give you that. But he can't play defense for nothing.
Yeah.
He can play. What's that talking about? Durant can't play D.
But look what the question is after LeBron retires. LeBron, that's what the question is after he retired.
I'll take Kawhi over Kevin Durant for a championship any day.
I just don't know about his. I mean,
after
if he sits out 30 games a season, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Pops. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I just say, y'all, it's after he retired. That was the question.
Right.
So that we say at least 4 more years.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 more years. Who's gonna be out of them 3? I had to say Greek Freak because he's the youngest. That's what I say.
But the Greek Freak hasn't done anything though.
That ain't what we saying though. He gonna win MVP already twice. What do you mean?
You can win MVP. So did Kevin Nash, but don't mean
Kevin Nash.
Steve Nash.
Kevin Nash.
I'm about thinking wrestling. What up, wrestler?
But look, Steve Nash won MVP twice in his career. He didn't win a championship.
No.
If you want to put Giannis up against one of the greatest, you can't put him against Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant. They both got rings. And they both won Finals MVPs before.
And they also have better teams. They have like 2 superstars on their team with them.
Shit, he might have a ring by the time LeBron
you say Middleton ain't great? You say Middleton ain't great?
Hell no. Milwaukee ain't never gonna win. They're not working.
So you're telling me Lowry is better than Middleton?
They different positions.
They're different positions.
Well, I mean, they've been proving that, right? Going deeper in the playoffs.
Literally, if you're looking at it, all Kawhi had on the Toronto team was Lowry.
Oh, he had
and
guys stepping
Pascal
the hell up.
Siakam.
Swaggy
He had-
P, he had a good
Siakam-
team.
Van
He
Fleet,
had a squad.
Norman Powell, they stepped up. Danny Green,
Oh,
Captain
my
had
Lord, right.
No,
8 3-pointers
those
in the
are
finals.
role players. Those are role players. Those aren't
Yeah, James, kick him, James.
But
I hear you,
regardless, they
James.
got more role players.
not stars. They're role players.
There ain't no role
Click him, James.
They
When
got
it
more
needs-
role players than they do
Siakam
on
ain't no
Milwaukee.
role
Who
player.
Milwaukee got outside of Giannis and Middleton? You name me 2 other people that you can say.
Those
Middleton.
aren't role players, though. Those are superstars.
Middleton.
Who, Middleton?
Middleton's he's an all-star. I give him an
He ain't no
all-star.
superstar.
He's barely
He
that.
no superstar.
Yeah.
So outside of
if you
Giannis,
put-
who
hold
else
on.
do they have that can literally help the Bucks get to the finals outside of Giannis and Middleton?
Okay.
This is
I
my.
get
They
that.
went and got Holiday, but
But if you really want to compare him to the King, who did the King have? Who did King James have when he took the Cavaliers to the playoffs and to the finals in 2009 versus the Spurs
2007.
or 2007? I apologize for the years, but who did he have?
Yeah, I remember. He had Ilgauskas at the
Hey.
time. Big
Big
Yeah,
man.
nobody.
Gibson was shooting.
Daniel Gibson.
Larry Hughes was shooting.
Oh my God, that's
Okay.
horrible.
But
Those
you also have
guys
to
are.
look at But you also have to look at it, James. I hear what you're saying, but look at the times now. Back then, it was more about team. Now it's more about like you got a couple of superstars with some role players. You good? You feel me?
It's still team though.
Yeah,
You can't
still
win it without
Still
the team
team.
coming together. It's
Still
just
team.
like Toronto. Kawhi couldn't win that championship if the team didn't come together. It's always going to be about team. It's always going to be about team.
Exactly.
So role players, no
I
matter
got
if
lucky
they
in
have
that
stars or not,
battle,
they
too.
still got to come together.
But you also have to have that star with role players. Giannis does not have that.
But Giannis has to be that.
You mean Giannis don't have what? Talking about what you say?
Giannis has to be the one to say, it's mine. He don't got that killer in him. He's not going to win that game when it comes to the last minute to get him over there.
He ain't got the skill level. He got the killer, but he ain't got the skill level to deal with it. He don't know how to do certain things. That's his problem.
He's gonna have a jump shot.
So what you're saying is Giannis is a new age Dwight Howard.
Who?
A new age Dwight Howard.
Who?
Greek freak.
He more like a new age Blake Griffin.
Yeah, I give you that. I'll agree with Blake Griffin reference right there.
So you got 2 votes for Kawhi, or who do y'all vote for?
I vote for Durant.
I said Jason Tatum because I don't think any of them are going.
Yeah, he ain't on the list. Kevin.
I know.
But I'd have to probably
Kevin Hart.
But I'd probably have to go with Giannis because Kawhi, I don't see him being
You
durable
gotta
enough.
go with the Greek freak. He's younger.
He's younger, but man, that game ain't getting any better. That game is still the same.
Two MVPs.
I think.
Politics. I mean, anybody. Let's say some Russell Wilson. I mean, if you want to think about it, here it is. If you want to think about it, that's Russell Westbrook. Yeah, type vibe.
Version of Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I agree.
What about him?
I'm gonna say
he's a 2-time MVP, but man, look at him. He's not that good.
I'm gonna say
right
KD.
now, he ain't what he was.
KD.
Man, and that's I think that might happen to Greek freak because his game. If his game don't change,
I'm gonna say KD because his
said that's
game.
what might happen to it. Okay, because we thinking in the future. You right. Okay, I'll go with that.
I'm gonna say KD because I only can go off what everybody's game has showed me, and I think in the next couple of years, his game is gonna be the same because he's a shooter and he's 6'11". His game ain't gonna change much. So them 2 years that he took off for his Achilles, you can really argue it probably bought him some more of his prime years. You know, if he comes back with his body taken care of. Now, my knock on Kawhi is I'm a Spurs fan, so like a lot of people give Kawhi credit for that first championship. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili were still a big part of that championship. Kawhi Leonard did not average that many points on that team.
he did. I agree. It was like 11.
He was a defensive stopper back then. His offensive skills were coming along, but on that team that he won a championship on, he was known more for his defense. So make sure that is being said. He did not win on the Spurs when he was the number one guy and he was the number one offensive threat. Now, he did do that with Toronto, but he did not do that with the Spurs. You can argue Popovich and Duncan and Parker, they were just as much, and Ginobili were just as much as a part of that.
Yeah, but you can say that they
got MVP in a championship.
Bam, that's true.
He did come on, but Tony Parker that season was an MVP candidate.
He tore it up. Tony Parker was unbelievable.
Yeah, but you know,
even Kawhi Leonard was unbelievable.
They still could have won though. Even after Tim Duncan and Ginobili,
but they didn't win no championship after
that. Let's try to establish this. How many years are we talking? What we saying? 4 years? How many more years LeBron got?
We say LeBron got 4 years left.
Okay, so we saying 4 years from now. Let's start the conversation. 4 years from now, out of everybody's game, and then out of them 3 players, we saying 4 years from now.
Yeah.
How can Kawhi improve?
I don't think Kawhi's gonna last 4 years.
He can't improve no more. What can he do better?
I think his quad's gonna.
I'll say Greek Freak. It gotta be.
Yeah, if he
I'll
gets a
say
jump
Kevin
shot.
Durant.
You're counting on him
Kevin
to develop a
Durant.
jump shot. Is he gonna develop a jump shot?
Yes, he can.
No,
he can. But
he give me Russell Westbrook type vibe. He can't go jump.
Yes.
He too Ben Simmons type nervous. I mean, I see him, but it's just like so flatty. It's like
he a superstar without a 3-point jumper.
It ain't comparing no Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons won't even shoot the ball. Shit, Greek Freak will take 3.
He will, but it's like off. It's like, man.
That he can improve in that easy. I'll take Greek Freak any day of that.
It's not a bad pick.
I understand.
I'll take Kevin Durant.
I can hear Kevin.
I think Kevin Durant's game.
His game translates. He has championships, and to be the face of the league, he's American. Greek Freak ain't American.
Gonna break down.
They're not letting a non-American take over a national sport.
Nah, they're trying to get them views up. Whatever NBA trying to do to get them views up, they'll do what it takes.
Young boys, who we got in that? What's next?
Okay, we can top it up a little. We can remix it a little bit. Who we got coming up? Okay, we got Zion Wilson coming up. We got Jason Tatum. We got even Jaylen Brown. We got who else we got? We got Ja Morant.
Devin Booker.
Book, and then you got Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal's.
Who was the last one?
Kind of already over.
Bradley Beal.
He's already.
He's gonna be done with the West.
Here it is. Oh yeah, and Luka. Don't forget about Luka.
Zach LaVine.
There with them. He's
a Luka. Oh yeah, true.
Luka's number. Hey, shit, he's number 1.
Zach LaVine, Trae Young. I mean.
Luka number 1 to me.
LaMelo.
Melo,
Melo's coming. Hey, Pops, I got an unpopular opinion for you. You ready?
What?
All right. Luka Doncic, to me, has like maybe 1 more year of getting better offensively. Then he's going to start tailing off a little bit.
Offensively? I disagree because I think his outside shooting can really, really improve.
Wow. That thing he shoot like it just look ugly. Like his arms is too long.
He really get better as he get older. The way his game is to the ground. Luka can improve every year in every category.
If he gets that jumper, he's gonna drive less in the way he looks already. I mean, he already.
Are we talking about Luka or are we talking about Greek?
Luka.
He said Luka.
Luka. I thought you said Greek.
I did say Luka. I don't think Luka's offensive game is going to get better.
I feel Luka will get better. Oh my Lord. Yeah, his upside. You don't think he got no upside?
I don't think.
Yes, I do. I feel like he
can improve on. Oh Lord.
I don't see it. If he does his shooting,
Luka's gonna be the same player for the next couple of years. He's already putting up stats like he's a grown man. He's been playing in professional.
And he's gonna start tailing off. he's gonna
All he
start.
can do is improve his jump shot.
Right,
He'll
it
start.
will get better.
So what else you need? In the decision making, the game is just gonna slow down even more. And
He
think
got
about
good
it.
decision making. He maybe can improve a little bit.
Here it is. I'm gonna get on Luka. This is why I think Luka's gonna last in the NBA, and what the NBA is really lacking off of. And this is why Luka's gonna last because he's real fundamental, and that's
Right,
why
right,
that's why
yeah.
he got a better advantage than anybody. Like everybody's real athletic
He
and
can
think they
do
can check him,
I
everything.
said
but they
he's gonna
can't
be
check
the
him.
same player because he's already averaging a triple double. What more can
Right,
he
that's
improve
why I
on?
said he's gonna be around
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I said
No doubt.
I'm not saying he's gonna go anywhere. I'm just saying his numbers are gonna start tailing off a little bit. Like I
Now
don't see him
how?
go
On what?
because
What
when
part of
you
his numbers?
when he shoots more with how his unless he drops some pounds, him
He need to
athletically
drop some
wise,
weight.
trying to
He's
get
gonna
there
do
is gonna
that.
hurt
You
him in the
know
long
that's
run.
gonna come
And
with.
if that jump
And you
shot
know
doesn't
that's
get
gonna
there,
come
his
with
numbers are
being
gonna
in
start
the
going down.
league. Come on,
Yeah.
y'all know that. That's
Yeah.
gonna come with that. He's gonna
He's gonna hit his prime at
top
about 27, 26. He's
I
young.
think
He's gonna get all
he's
that
peaking
together.
within the next year or two, and then he's gonna start going.
No, I'm
this
saying
way.
his body will be at his prime at like 26, 27. He's still a little baby fat. He a little fat boy.
That dude
He got to
ain't
lift some
nowhere
weights and
near
do some
his
things.
upside. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see, but I just don't. I don't. He'll be around for a while, a long time. Absolutely, you know, he'll be a superstar. I get that, but I don't really know if he's gonna get much better offensively.
Oh my Lord! You think he is big? Oh Lord! I wish we could come back on this when a couple of years from now. Dang, I hope I'm still around.
Absolutely, we'll come back and talk about it.
Damn, man!
Luka gonna break a lot of records.
Man, Luka got too much talent for that. Oh Lord! Nah, his basketball IQ is too high.
Oh, it is definitely high. Like he'll get his assists, he'll get his boards, but
He can't get
offensively
no
wise,
oh Lord!
offensively wise, I don't see it.
He can improve in all kind of areas.
It can improve. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think it's
Is
gonna
his numbers
happen?
gonna translate to a championship?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like I think he'll still average a triple double. I think that, but I think in order for them to win,
he ain't gonna have no triple double. Shit, Russell Westbrook only person to do that.
I think Luka might.
He might.
He might one day in his career. He might. You right.
Russ sucks.
What Westbrook now?
He sucks.
Right now he ain't playing too good, but he don't suck.
Yeah, he don't
He's
suck,
on a
but
good team.
his game, he need to change his game. His game is you always trying to get a triple double. Stop.
The problem is, man, his body cannot handle his game no more. His legs are breaking down. He having a million surgery. He's always stuck.
He never learned how to shoot.
He's a Hall of Famer because of Pat Staten. Him and James Harden about to be Hall of Fame because of Pat Staten. But James Harden actually, both
of them can ball.
But James Harden, by far, James Harden is probably like top 3 all-time best scorer. You know, so
both of them guys can ball. I
On the
don't
free
care
throw
what
line.
they did. They both can ball.
James Harden, the best scorer from the free throw line. I'll give him that.
What do you mean? Period.
Oh, that boy will definitely get to the free throw line, go 17 to 18 from the free throw line, but shoot about like 9 to 25 from the field. He get most of his points at the line.
The soft man's league these days.
But that's why he can't win in the playoffs, because he ain't getting to the line as much in the playoffs.
He get to the line.
Bullshit fouls.
What do you mean? In the bubble, he was balling. This last bubble, I could actually say James Harden kind of brought it.
And what happened?
He always
You played against the Lakers. What do you mean? What happened?
I'm saying, did they win?
They played against the Lakers. What you mean? What happened?
Okay, but regardless, if he's supposed to be this great scorer and whatnot, you should be able to win.
He did score good, but who did he play against?
Okay, but regardless, you should still be able to win. Is my point.
Oh, they won one game. They won one game.
Damn, that's fun.
But you're playing against the GOAT, though, man. You got to understand. There's levels. And what I'm getting at about James, so here it is. So would you say James Harden is probably You don't think he's top 3? I think he's
Top 3 what?
No, I don't.
top 3 scorers of all time.
No.
No.
So who would you say?
He's in the top
Jordan and
10
Kobe first.
of all time.
I put Durant
And
up
who
there.
else?
He's
Oh yeah,
in
Durant.
I-
Oh yeah, Durant.
Wait, scores of all
I
time.
feel like, man, I feel
Ain't
like,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the number 1
Top
all-time
10
scorer?
scorers.
man, we're not
put
going
Green
that
in
route.
there.
We're not
I
going
say
that route.
Jordan,
Yeah, it is.
We're talking
Kobe,
guard.
Durant.
Guard. I'm
Jordan,
sorry.
Kobe, and
Let
Durant.
me
I'll
let me
take Kobe
clear it
out
up.
and put Kareem.
Guards. Let me clear it up. Guards.
Yeah.
Jordan, Kobe, and Durant. Oh, Durant's not a guard?
Nah.
No.
No? Okay.
So Jordan,
Jordan, Kobe, and I'll wait.
Jordan, Kobe.
You know what? You got to give it to Steph.
Top 10.
You
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
Steph. Oh yeah,
Steph
Steph.
Curry.
Steph.
Gotta give it to Steph.
Yep.
You can't disrespect Steph Curry like that,
Yeah,
bro.
you right.
Yeah.
He
I say
shoots
Steph.
the 3 like nothing.
So yeah, okay, I'm all right. Let's get this straight.
Shooting
He got a
guard,
point.
not shooting
He got a
guard.
point
I
in that
give
one.
Steph. I say Steph.
I put
Steph,
Steph over Harden.
Top shooting guards of all time, you mean?
no,
said
just
guard.
scores.
Just
It's top guards of all time. Scoring guards.
guards.
Yeah.
So we're saying
That's tough.
Steph is a
He's a 2-time MVP.
yes, but he's
He's
not.
already
He's
won a couple
he's
rings.
not. He's not scoring like I can't say that because he's not scoring like Steph.
Didn't he set the record for 3-pointers in the season?
Wait,
But it's not
you
his-
said, hold on. I'm so confused, Antoine. You said who's not scoring? Steph's not scoring like Harden?
Yes, because I feel like
He's shooting better from the field than Harden.
Steph game is not like that. Is what I'm trying to get at.
But he's shooting
and-
better
and-
from the
like
field than
individual
Harden.
moves.
Yeah, like Steph. I don't know.
He can play his own shot better. Harden is what you're saying?
Card can. Steph is real good off the dribble. I mean, like off the screens and dribble. You know, off ball. I can give him that. So we're talking off ball, yes, but I'm talking about like ball dominant. I have to go with James.
Ball in your hand. I know what you're talking about.
And what I was my next thing I was gonna get at is James. I feel like James Harden is probably the best left-hander in the NBA
Oh yeah,
all time.
Of course.
I'll give you that.
Lefty.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
So with that being said, who's stopping James Harden?
Who's stopping James Harden?
Yeah.
A lot of people stopping him.
Why?
Who's stopping him? I never seen no one stop. I never seen nobody stop James Harden.
Kawhi. I mean, didn't Manu Ginobili block James Harden in the final?
Man,
Yeah.
come on, man. We're talking about Harden in his prime.
How
We're
about
talking
this
about Harden in his
right
prime.
I mean,
Harden in his
if he can get to the free throw line and shoot 16, 17, 18 free throws a game by just throwing your body like that, well, damn.
Bro, and that's why I get mad when Antoine
it's not throwing your body like that.
That wouldn't even be a foul.
You can't stay in front of me and I know how to draw a foul.
Right.
That boy got the cheat code.
But that ain't all he can do. He can do other stuff. You see how he's playing now?
Yeah. He's the point guard. Kyrie Irving's the shoot guard.
And that's why I blame his dumb coach.
Watch what I tell y'all, them 3 players. When they tell you
They will. Oh, I know they're going to turn up, Pops. I know they're going to turn up.
Y'all gonna see.
Harden is being selfless. That's good. They needed him to do that.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He should have done that when he played for
Y'all giving him
OKC,
credit
though.
for something that he should have been doing anyway. And Mike D'Antoni was making him be a ball hog. And now Harden would be like, oh, well, I wanted to pass the ball the whole time. Bull crap. You was going along with it, trying to be the ball hog, be the showboat. And now that stuff didn't work out. Now you on the net, you want to pass the ball. You should have been passing the ball, bro.
To who though? To who?
When he was
Eric
Who
Gordon
was going to pass the ball to? Who?
Eric Gordon can shoot.
I don't care, but
Come
you
on,
can't
we
give
already
the
know.
ball 500 times in one game.
Come on, Eric Gordon. He say sometimes.
Eric Gordon can
If
shoot.
we've been talking about that,
Yeah, man.
if you
I know.
Harden, you got to go back in the past. He used to be on the scoring team with Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
he had Kevin Durant already. He had Russell Westbrook, and he was also trying to be a ball hog back then.
Bro, anybody who play basketball will tell you if you're on a team with a ball hog, do you like to play with him? Be honest.
How's it ball? But come on.
Who's the ball
How's
hog?
it? I know who's
James
the
Harden was the
ball.
ball hog on the Houston Rockets.
That was the system. That was their system.
Exactly.
I know.
So how's he a ball?
Who the hell he gonna be a ball hog?
I'm not
He play with
blaming
Kyrie Irving
James.
now.
I know, and he was averaging a triple double.
Listen, guys, I'm not blaming James Harden for doing what the coach told him to do. I'm just saying if I was on James Harden team and I was with other players, and you never know when you're gonna get a chance to shoot. That's not fun for them. That's not enjoyable.
It's not enjoyable, but they was winning. It was.
No,
they was
wasn't
working.
winning.
They didn't
So
like
you tell me
that.
you tell me the Rock. Yeah, you tell me the Rockets wouldn't win.
They won in the regular season games because nobody wanted to guard Harden like that. But when
They
the
didn't
playoffs
like
came, you got the guard.
Oh, I bet they did.
He got D'd up. That's all you had to stop.
They probably did.
DS fouls.
Try to be quiet though. I just try to get Eric Gordon to say shit all the time about it. That's all he say.
He never say nothing.
No, they didn't like that shit. Hell
no, they didn't like that shit.
Why? Because why Eric Gordon, like, he had the fucking green light.
Shit, Gordon had a couple of games he went off too in the playoffs.
And and they won against the Lakers when Gordon was balling. Huh?
Hey,
he got CP out of there.
Anton, I have a question. For you.
That's when they messed up. When they
my question to you is,
they should have won it that year.
Well,
Chris Paul got hurt like always. He never wins the big game. He always get hurt.
Don't want to listen to nobody. Chris Paul.
Anton,
Chris Paul got hurt like always. What?
James Harden, they never did none in big games.
That year.
Chris Paul hasn't either. So we can say the same thing.
James Harden at the playoffs by himself last year.
He almost doesn't count. Almost doesn't count. What do you mean?
Hold on.
And what do you mean by himself? He only had Russell Westbrook. Who else did he have?
Ain't no way the Thunder should have took the Rockets to.
What do you mean they had Dennis Schroeder over there. They had Steven Adams. If you think about it on papers, the Thunder had a better squad.
It's gonna be a lot of these arguments.
Chris Paul is 35 years old.
Neither one of them did nothing.
Exactly.
Anton, here's my question to you. We say that Chris Paul wouldn't have gotten hurt. The Rockets could have beaten the Warriors that year. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I've heard it. There was another guy that nobody mentions on the Warriors that was hurt. His name is Andre Iguodala. That's a defender in another sport. That's number one. Number two, Iguodala was still hooping. Don't play me. Number two, in Game 7, what did James Harden shoot from 3-point? He was like one of something, right, from the 3-point line.
Yeah, him and Eric Gordon, all of them.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it, but I'm saying like. Who else?
But what I'm saying is, if you go 1 for 14 or 1 of 15 from the 3-point line, wouldn't you try to switch it up? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? What is anybody else doing? If I'm the only person, if I'm averaging 40, who else is helping me? PJ Tucker in the corner missing every goddamn three. You got who else you got? You got Eric Gordon hitting the side of the.
But what I'm saying is they don't always have to shoot threes. If you're going to be this passer.
That's the playing style. That's not his fault.
But what I'm saying is if you're supposed to be, I wanted to pass the ball, blah, 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 but you're going 1 for 15 and not getting the damn job done, switch it up. You ain't got to shoot threes. Drive the damn ball in. If you're supposed to be this
what do you mean?
Score,
what do you mean? That's what James Harden do. Is either or. He'll hit your ass and step back and drive to the right.
In that Game 7, that he's supposed to be this great scorer, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. But you go 1 for 15 from the 3-point line. Get to the damn rim and do something.
Hey, at least he made it to game. Hey, at least he made it to Game 7. CP3 was hurt on the sideline, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I get that. But if they were supposed to have won and Harden was supposed to be this great score or whatever, win the damn game. I don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Get the job done. That's all I'm saying.
No doubt about it. Harden came up a little short in Houston. I don't think there's no way around it.
Yeah, he did. He did. That's why he left with his bum ass.
Anyway,
that's why we got new chapters. We're gonna see what happened this year.
I like that new coach. He off to a good start. I like it.
All right, man. I mean, we've been on here for a whole minute. This is gonna be the last thing. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Cause it's been good, good stuff, man. Appreciate y'all getting on.
It's a good
But
group of guys. Good group of
heck
guys.
yeah, it is a good pack. All right,
Kevin
last.
Hart, that's your nickname, the sportscaster Kevin Hart.
All right, last topic, man. Um, I'm gonna start off with Marsh. Um, Marsh, I want to say this with this with the COVID and all that happening. Do you think the NCAA football basketball right now? Do you think it's just gone because right now it's not being really like intriguing and no one is really watching it. No one is, it's just a big clusterfuck. So, do you feel like the NCAA basketball can come back from this, or do you think it's no issue? You think it's still the same?
I mean, I think it's been going down because you've had players that, decided we can go play overseas. We're trying to get paid, right out of high school. So I think that it's been going down. But the first sign of them being able to have March Madness, I mean, it'll come right back up because everybody loves March Madness. Like the Cinderella teams are able to come in, all the fans are able to go, to the Final Four wherever it's located. So I mean, that's what everybody kind of looks forward to. So in that respect, I think it'll be okay. But during the regular season, I mean, a lot of people don't really pay that much attention. I
I
mean, you
mean, they
have
usually do. I mean, when they play against the big teams, don't you agree? Would you agree? Like when, let's say, when Texas or Kansas play against each other, or not even like let's see Duke or Kentucky or big schools, like
yeah,
they not even headline. Like nobody's even talking about. Nobody's even hyped about the number one. Who's it? Who was even the number one country? Who's it? I mean, the number one team in the country right now.
it's Gonzaga.
Like,
Gonzaga's number one, Baylor's number two. They're undefeated. But I
What
mean,
up,
yeah,
Baylor?
yeah. So,
okay.
but Duke UNC is always a big one. UNC has a postseason ban, and Duke is just not good this year. So nobody's really talking about that.
Neither one of them
Kentucky's
good this year.
yeah,
Dang, even Kentucky suck, huh?
Kentucky is
Kentucky
trash.
sucks, Duke suck, and
It's
North
like
Carolina
how?
suck.
Why is that?
North
Like,
Carolina's
what's
actually
going?
like they're like 12-5 or something like that, but they just have a postseason ban, so it doesn't really matter what they do. But
Why
I
are
thought
these
their
teams
record
so
was worse
bad?
than that.
I mean,
Is the Big 12 the only? I think the Big 12 might be up to something this year.
Big
Big
12
12 is
and the
deep.
Big 10. The Big 10 is
Okay.
nice. The Big 10 is nice. I mean, Ohio State, Iowa with Luca Garza, that kid is nice. Illinois is up in there in the top. So, I mean, just one of those years where, COVID, you didn't really have a chance to have, any, cohesiveness like you would normally on campus. I mean, a lot of players don't have, you know, had so many months off before they're able to, get back into the gym and play with their team. So I mean, it's just a different year. It'll pick back up probably maybe in a couple of years, but I mean, I don't know if it'll ever be the same outside of March Madness.
Yeah, I feel you. All right. Mike, you got anything?
Um, as far as the season, NCAA basketball,
You think it can ever like? Because I feel like it went to a downhill. Do you feel like March Madness? Matter of fact, the college basketball. What happened to it? Do you think anything is wrong with it? Do you think it can come back? Do you think
um,
it's something they can do to fix it to get it better?
I think it reached its peak and now it's starting over. I think they can build it back up to be, big like it was kind of like when we were growing up and all throughout the years. But now this younger generation, they got the G League and
Yeah.
overseas, and we didn't have that. So now it's like the NCAA has to reestablish itself, which what I mean by that is make it a good thing for student athletes to be a part of. Because now it's like if I can get paid, but if they can figure a way out to go to school and get paid, maybe the NCAA can appeal to some of those guys once again. So, I think it's gonna take a couple of years, but I think that eventually, like oh, my man just said previously, once you get that March Madness going, I think that's a big ticket and a big money grab for a lot of those schools. So it'll build its way back up. But I think this year with the Kentuckys and North Carolinas and the teams we normally see at the top being down, I think that's also bringing the interest kind of down from a lot of people.
Yeah, feel that. DC, what you think?
I think NCAA can come back from it, but I don't think you're gonna get your real top-notch NBA stars. I think those top-notch NBA stars are just gonna go overseas and get their money off top, and then come back and get drafted. And I think you'll just get
Yeah,
more play. I just think you'll get the players that normally wouldn't get that chance. I think you're gonna get a lot more of those kids coming up and also getting
yeah,
paid to do it. They're not going to get paid as much as, like, I guess your number one overall recruit who would be the number one overall pick in the NBA draft had they not have had that rule anymore. But I think those type of guys they'll still go out and go get paid, and then you'll get other cats that'll actually get their chance to shine. And then when, like March Madness and things like that, when conference championships come around and then March Madness comes around, then those guys will get put on notice because they'll finally get that TV time.
yeah,
But as of now, like, it's gonna take a little bit, but it can come back. But I just don't think you're gonna have as strong of players. But I do think you'll finally get players that'll stay, and that's what also I think screws the NCAA is that players don't stay. They're gone.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
only here for 6-7 months and then they're gone. And it's like you gotta have players that stay. It's like I know it's like back in the days, when you had the Fab Five, those guys stayed. It's like teams like that, like in UNC and Duke back in those days, like kids stayed 2 to 3
It was
years.
cool.
Yeah.
yeah. It's cool to go to college.
It
I
was
don't know why
cool.
these motherfuckers want to get that. They want to get out.
Yeah, I
Now
mean,
they,
it's all about getting them to the league and get them paid. Hurry up and get them paid. Just find
yeah,
that next celebrity real fast.
uh-huh.
You
And
know,
then I don't know, like everyone is going a different route, like, and it's like so like many like routes to go to get to the the NBA or at least go overseas and get paid. Like
yeah.
guys, like why should I go to school and struggle to school? I could just go overseas and just hoop. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If for the ones that would be number one overall pick or a top 5 pick coming out of high school, let them. I'd say fucking go overseas and go get paid.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
go learn how to play professionally first, and then come over and get drafted
That mellow ball.
2 years after. Yeah, like just go fine tune your game a little bit more. You're not gonna fine tune your game playing college basketball. College basketball is bad. I'm sorry.
yeah,
College
yeah. It
basketball,
is.
it's bad. It's bad basketball.
I mean,
But I mean, it's like
yeah,
those guys, yeah, just let those guys can go, and then you'll get more kids that'll finally get their shot, I guess you could say,
mm-hmm.
and they'll stay
Right.
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get rid of that. Like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
James, what you think, man?
Honestly, if we're really talking about that kind of subject, I think the NCAA is looking at what the NBA was before Michael Jordan.
Mm.
Dying. It's a dying breed.
Yeah.
They need something to revamp it. They need something to bring back the viewers, bring back the excitement, because you're not having that. You have all these upsets. If you look at it for I think it was last year or year before last, where these no-name schools are beating these heavyweights.
Yeah.
And I love a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
But if we're being realistic, these heavyweights should never lose to a Cinderella story. With the recruiting they have, with the people they have, with the backing they have, and the money they have, there's no way these Cinderella stories should really happen in the NCAA, especially on the basketball.
Yeah.
True. But it's happened so much and so often that it's becoming to where it ain't just slipping, and they're not just, avoiding these smaller schools, it's to the point where they just allow these smaller schools to start dominating them.
Yeah.
You embarrassed. Look at Duke when they had Zion Williams. He was supposed to be the number one draft pick. Well, he was. He's supposed to be so phenomenal. Why didn't he make it to the championship? Why didn't he win the championship?
How much did that team get paid off? I bet you can find how much they got paid for that game.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
But that's my point, though. You lost the spirit of the game.
Yeah, it's corrupt.
You've lost everything entirely of the NCAA in it. There's no more heart in that game. There's no more heart in actually trying to win the championship or winning the chip. These kids nowadays, they're just looking at the payday.
Yeah.
No matter which,
yeah.
no matter which team you look at, they just looking at a payday nowadays.
So man, they need to start. I think they need to start paying these players. But that'll be our next topic now. Next week.
That's long topic.
It's a long good one
It's a very
too.
long topic.
Yeah. I feel you, John. Pops, you got anything on this?
I think he was here and then he
left again. All right, Mike, you got something on this, man? You about to go ahead and get out of here.
Damn, Mike dipped out too.
No, Mike right there.
Mike on mute.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. You trying to get on this?
I ain't got nothing to add, big dog.
Okay, man, that sums it up, man. Appreciate y'all coming on, man. That was some good stuff. We got it going. I mean, I don't know how long that was. It seemed like it was like I don't know what time is it right now, but man, that was some good stuff.
12:45.
Right, what time is it?
It's 12:45.
Ooh, that was like a 3-hour show right there. 2.5.
Woo!
God dang. Well, anyway, that's just good vibes right there, man. That's what that means. But man, appreciate y'all coming on, DC, James. Marsh, Mike, man, Pops. Thank y'all for coming on. Even though he's not here, but we gotta do this. I like to do this every Thursday night, and I'm sure Marsh, you say you're about to take a break.
Yeah. So, yep, my Stats versus Facts podcast. We on our season finale tomorrow, Friday, and we're gonna take about a 2-3 week break. Come back stronger. So.
Yeah. So whenever I get you hop back on, just let us know. I'm sure we'll jump on your show and.
Oh yeah, definitely want to have everybody on. Hopefully,
light it up.
Hopefully, we'll be able to do it live soon, man. Like, that's the plan.
Yeah, I agree.
Tom, before we get out of here, I just want to say you didn't tell me you used to play for the Los Angeles Rams in the background.
Oh man, I wish. I wish. They switch their colors up on us, man. We the original helmets like that, man.
You out there playing for the Rams against the Falcons. That's
I know, right?
Look like you're right.
It's good stuff. Man, we appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. But next week we'll get back at it. Make sure y'all be safe, man. The weather's out there is pretty bad. So
already, y'all boys be safe.
All righty, man.
I appreciate y'all, man.
All righty, man. Good work.
I don't break hearts, I break records. Never take a loss, stick and move like Mayweather. My leather so soft, used to watch that Wayne video. Late night, swear I talk that game like Arsenio. In deep thoughts, I'm thinking about them accurate days. I used to pay to hit the stage, making minimum wage. They used to tell me I was next up, but I swear this line getting longer. Certain people used to test my hunger, but I am the greatest in my era. They treat me just like the Pharaoh. I'm only number 2 to the person that's in the mirror. I'm a miracle. Spit a 16 like I'm spiritual. Chopper make a group break fast, no cereal. It's scary when they hating from the sideline. I'm Nick Saban to the game, I just roll tide. But I'm wide awake, seeing things in living color. Young Stevie Wonder, see it like no other.